Alrighty. It's good everyone joining up the stream right now. How's everybody doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We're gonna start getting people up here for some debates here in a quick second. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. What's up, everyone joining in the stream? How's everybody doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's get the YouTube and TikTok stream completely set up for today. Today, we're only going to be doing around 2 hours for the debates for today, everyone. I'm so sorry for the lesser debates for today. I'm so sorry. I was out hanging out with friends today, actually. So, I was busy for like most of the day. But we will be back relatively to a normal time later in the day tomorrow, probably. Just letting everyone know. What's good, everyone, though, joining in? We have just set up mostly everything here on the YouTube stream. What's everyone joining in? We just started up the recording about 58 seconds late. Let me pin this comment over on YouTube. Really, really sad news today as well. Dolly Parton dead at the age of 80 years old. Really, really sad to hear. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. We are going to start getting some people up here for some debates here in a quick second, everybody. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We will only be on live here for about 2 hours here tonight. A little bit shorter of a stream here tonight. Let me let the Instagram know that we're live, actually. We'll say live right now. Short stream tonight. Only 2 hours. Alrighty. Let's get the first person up here for debates for today. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Let's get this first person up here for the debates for today. Yotsup, how old are you?
21.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who'd you have to vote for?
Trump.
And what's your birth year?
05.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
I support him because I agree with him for most of the things he runs for against Democrats. I would side with Trump. So, like, for example, like I would say abortion, immigration, for sure. Just to name a few. I know more. Like, honestly, I'm more passionate about like abortion and immigration, but
Okay. Alrighty. I have a question. Since you are so passionate about abortion, do you prefer to save more innocent human lives or to restrict more access to abortion?
I would say save human lives.
You would say save human lives?
Yes.
Okay, so if I could prove to you that if you voted for the Democrats, that you would save more innocent human lives as opposed to the Republicans, would you vote for the Democrats?
I mean, if you could show me.
Okay. So the Republicans and the Trump administration, through the use of Doge, cut USAID, which will lead to 14 million additional lives lost by 2030, according to a Lancet study. So if you care more about saving innocent human lives from being lost, you would vote for Democrats as opposed to Republicans. They just left. Let's go to the next person. Only do sit a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Quickest debunk of all time, everybody. Look at that. How to debunk a conservative in less than 30 seconds. How to debunk a conservative in literally less than 30 seconds. Yo, what's up, Baldy?
Hey Parker, can I tell you one thing? You remember when you
That's unfortunate. That is truly unfortunate. Yo, what's up, Baldy?
I'm sorry, I did not mean to join.
You're good. Don't worry. Let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request. Again, if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, we are just looking for debates, as always. Yo, what's up, Baldy?
Huh?
Hello?
Play Minecraft.
Let's go to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, as always.
Hi, how's your day?
Let's go to the next person, please, everybody. Only juice and a guest request. If you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, we are just looking for debates, as always. What's up, how old are you?
I did not mean to join.
You're good, don't worry. Let's go on to the next individual. Jessica, thank you very much for the $10 over on PayPal. Thank you very much, Jessica. Good to see you, as always. Let's get this next person up here. Only do send a guest request. Again, if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, we are just looking for debates, as always. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Oh, okay, oops. Let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Hey, I'm 21.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Probably Trump.
Okay. All right, and why do you support Trump?
Hang on. Do you remember when I joined the other day? I was in the hospital and you thought I was in the bath?
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't at all.
Damn. I'm getting fried right now. I'm smoking.
Okay. I don't think you can
But
say that on the stream, so I am going to purposefully go into the next person. You're welcome to come up on a different day and debate me if you are a Trump supporter, though. I'm assuming that that's going to violate TOS, though, and prevent the push the stream. So let's go to the next person here real quick. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Okay, let's get this next person up here. Only do send a guest request. Again, if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, we are just looking for debates, as always. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Sorry, I love you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
You're good. Let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. How old are you?
43.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I voted for Trump and I've debated Dean a couple times. I can turn my camera on. Hang on.
Okay. If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Oh, God, my dog's. So, Trump, for sure. But I was trying to get on Dean's live. So, I'm the Afghanistan girl with Jubilee, but I have some really good tea.
So you don't
MAGA
actually
tea.
support Trump, right?
Yeah, I do. Why? I voted for him.
I thought in the conversation you had with Dean, you would say that you didn't support Trump at this current moment.
No.
Okay. All right.
No,
Why
I
do you
said that I
currently
didn't
support Trump?
I said, I disagreed with the other women. If you're talking about the recent episode, I disagreed with the women on abortion.
Okay, so you're just like pro-choice. Okay, so interesting. So okay, go into it. What are the reasons why you still support Donald Trump?
Well, your question was, do I support Trump or Kamala Harris, right?
Yeah, like if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, or you could
Yeah,
choose not to
no,
vote, what would you choose to do?
I would still vote for Donald Trump over Harris. If the Democrats came up with a really good nominee, then my views could change. So I guess I would be one of those swing voters that people are looking for. But I do want to get something out, some MAGA news. It'll be good for the chat.
But before you do, like, can I ask you a question? Like, could you name any specific Democratic candidates that you would vote for over like Rubio or Vance?
Why is Rubio a Democrat?
I said over Rubio or Vance. Those are Republicans. So I'm just saying, like, any specific Democrat that you would vote for over Rubio or Vance, because you said you were a swing voter.
That I wouldn't vote for?
No, that you would vote for over Rubio or Vance.
Over Rubio and Vance. Well, I like Marco Rubio. I mean, and I lived in Florida for 10 years, so I do have strong ties to Florida. And I do like, I love Byron Donalds. That's another Republican. So a Democrat that I would vote for over Rubio and Vance. I don't know. Name some off right now that you're thinking of, because I asked Z on the Unblanked America tour too, and she wasn't able to name any either. Are there any that you can think of right now that have really good charisma?
Yeah, of
that
course.
You see, like,
yeah, of course.
That you see coming up.
Yeah,
right
Harris,
now?
AOC, Buttigieg, Ossoff, Newsom.
Newsom, really?
Yeah, I mean, comparative to the Republicans. I mean, I like candidates like Tallarico, Abdullah El Sayed. I mean, there's countless other individuals I like specifically within the Democratic Party.
But is Harris running for presidency?
Yeah, Harris will run.
He is? Whoa, I didn't even know that. Who is she running with?
Oh, I'm saying that she likely will run because she has like high support within the party, and she's probing running. I promise you, she probably will. She has very high support, very high name recognition within the party. So I'm just asking, like, any of those candidates, would you vote for any of those candidates over Rubio
ones
or
that you
Vance?
just- The ones that you just named off? No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't know enough about them. So yeah, I would still be voting for Rubio and Vance. I feel like politics is taking, well, I mean, maybe the older you get and the more elections you vote in, you just start to see that things are getting worse. Things just keep getting worse in politics, and it's really sad. I would like to see somebody coming in with the topics helping out our farmers. I'd really like to see that being done. I have to say that I do disagree with Trump on buying 300,000 pounds of beef from Argentina. Why Argentina? I don't even understand. So that doesn't make any sense when our farmers are already struggling. Our gas prices are going up. Nobody's really seeing much of a difference economically. I mean, there's a lot of people that have voted for Trump that if a good Democrat candidate comes up, I think a lot of people like me that are swing voters, might go the other way.
Can you name
yeah.
anything that the Republicans have done that's beneficial to the average American since that they've gotten to office?
To the average American, that I've paid attention to, no, because I'm actually myself, again, as a swing vote, I'm pretty upset with the war in Iran. I didn't vote for that. Trump said he was going to end the war in Ukraine. That's not happening. Lower gas prices. I don't know, I'm in California, they're still pretty high, right? And then release the Epstein files. I think a lot of us are real pissed off about that, right? We want to see the Epstein files released. Like, that's our right. And also, there's one, when Donald Trump ran in 2016, I don't know if you remember this, but when he was running for president, he said one thing and that I was really hopeful for. He said that he was going to get the files declassified on Plum Island and Fort Detrick on the bioweapons.
I have no clue about this. We can talk about that in
Yeah.
a second. Like,
No.
I guess the point I would question is then, why do you still support Trump if he's violated all of these core
Well,
fundamental things that he
you-
ran on? Then why do you still
Parton.
support his presidency?
You asked me, would I vote for him over Harris?
Yeah, which means you support him over her. So why?
Because I think Harris would do worse. But if there was a great Democratic
Why? Like, what makes
candidate
you think that
coming
she
up-
would do worse?
Listen, I feel like Harris would be really fun to party with. I feel like she's probably really good to go have a drink with. Probably a girl's girl. I can see that. But I think, I mean, look how much Trump has like kneeled to so much pressure with the neocons.
Would
not
gas
so much
prices be this high if
money.
she was in office?
Well, it's California. Nothing really changes here.
Would
does
gas
it?
prices be as high as they are currently if she was in office?
Yeah, because I think she would have stayed in the war with Israel.
You think state?
I
You
think
mean
she- I
started the
think-
war with Iran?
No, stayed.
No,
think she
started
would-
because they started the
Yeah.
war.
Yeah. With
So
Israel
what
as
makes you think
ally,
that she
I
would
think
have started the
done
war
same
when she
thing.
explicitly says that she disagrees with the war?
Yeah. Well, Trump said the same thing, didn't he?
Yeah, but like that doesn't mean that she is a liar in the same way Trump is.
Well, we don't know, do we?
But you have no evidence to substantiate that she would have gone to war. All evidence points to the fact that she wouldn't have gone to war.
Well, we have stopped funding Ukraine, and under Biden,
Can you tell me one new war that we started under Biden's administration?
I mean, there's a lot of smaller ones that were under the Biden administration, but I mean, we did send troops and we did send military gear over to help Israel when they were
I'm
going
asking a
after.
new war that we
And then
started.
also, I mean, we have wars all over the world.
Yeah, I'm asking, can you name one new war that was started under the Biden-Harris administration?
Yeah. Ukraine.
Nope, that wasn't started by Biden. I'm not saying. Oh, sorry. Let me
Right,
clarify
well,
the
he said
question.
he
New
said-
war
he said-
started by Biden, right? Or by the Democrats.
Oh, okay. Well, the war in Iran wasn't started by Trump. You could argue that too. I mean, he went along
It
with
was.
Israel.
Trump started the war with Iran.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
That was
did. That's what their
Israel
administration
was the
acknowledged
first-
themselves.
And do you think? I just think it's really trying to use the correct terms. I just think it's really negligent that the war with Iran, they are attacking all of our military bases. I mean, you're looking at the ones in Qatar, you're looking at Saudi Arabia, you're looking at Kuwait. They're going after all of the military bases.
Maybe
So-
because we attacked them and started the war
That was Israel.
with the
Israel
U.S.
started it.
The U.S. and Israel in joint operations.
Israel asked first. Israel had already started.
So you're saying that Trump decided to go to war with Iran on behalf of the state of Israel. So by the way, you know that the same thing, you know that Obama was asked the same thing and said no?
That's because a lot of our resources were in Afghanistan and Syria.
Okay. And so, I mean, I don't know if that was the only reason. I don't know how you'd be able to identify that was the only reason. We can also point to under the Biden-Harris administration that Israel, wait, hold up. Under the Biden-Harris administration, Israel came to Biden and said that Hezbollah was going to attack the United States and going to attack Israel, and that they had preemptive intelligence of this. And Biden decided not to go to war with Hezbollah, even though Israel asked them.
Yeah, that and I still do not agree with the current administration, and I don't think that any bombing should be done in Lebanon at all. And now you have arrest warrants out for Netanyahu and another Israeli from Erdogan, and then so what's interesting here, if you look at it,
No, but like the
geopolitically-
point that I'm trying to make is that there was no new war started by the Biden-Harris administration, but there was a new war started by the Trump administration. If you want no new wars, you should support the Biden-Harris administration.
I thought you were talking about Obama.
No, I'm talking about I talked specifically about the Biden-Harris administration. I talked about how they were asked by Israel to attack Hezbollah, and they didn't do
And-
that.
Then why were we having so many Free Palestine protests in the United States, and so many of the Free Palestine people were getting so frustrated and irritated with the Biden administration if we were not in a war?
I never said that we weren't in a war. I just said it wasn't started by the Biden-Harris administration.
And you could argue the same thing about Iran.
It was. It explicitly was started by the Trump administration.
Because of Israel.
Yeah, so that Trump and Israel in joint operations. Yeah.
Right. It was both of them. And I don't think Trump would have started a war with Iran if it hadn't have been for Israel. And to somebody in the...
So all you're just saying is that
somebody in
Trump
the
gets into
comments-
wars on behalf of the state of Israel.
Hang on. Somebody in the comments is saying that I'm drinking wine. This is Mountain Dew. But, right? But anyway, really quickly, Parker, do you remember Andrew Wilson?
Yes, I do.
The little guy? Okay, I tried to post this and the manosphere attacked me like crazy and got my X account banned. So I have an arrest from Andrew Wilson from 2022 for multiple felonies, 8 felonies. He was looking at over 15 years. These were all meth charges, endangering a
Oh,
child.
okay, well, wait, hold up.
distribution,
Do you have
all
a
of
second
them
account?
on Twitter?
Like on TikTok here? Because I have to. You just said a word that you can't say. It's TikTok TOS.
No.
You
Which-
said
what did I say?
METH.
That's a word.
Yeah, you can't say
Oh.
that. So do you have a second account? What is the name of your second account?
I can use Omar's.
Okay, I mean, I don't know what account that would be.
Real Omar.
Okay, all right. You can send a guest request. Alrighty, well, let's go on to the next individual. But yeah, the Andrew Wilson guy, by the way, who literally got owned by Candace Owens. By the way, I think that Tyler Robinson's guilty right? Like that's what seems to be the evidence is pointing towards, right, in the case. But Candace Owens cooked Andrew Wilson. It was really funny, and he's also the guy that couldn't open up the olive jar after trying to make fun of Naima for it. That was really funny. Oh, let me turn off this. There we go. Alrighty, what's up, everyone joining in from Dean's Live? How you doing? What's up, everyone? If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It'll help get it out to more people, as always. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, as always. Alrighty, only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always. By the way, everyone, the live stream today will be a little bit shorter. I'm doing about a 2-hour live stream today. We have about an hour and 40 minutes left on the stream, just letting everyone know today. Liz, thank you for the
Hey,
$5. Thank you.
Parker.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
What's your birth year?
07.
And what month you born?
May.
Election held today. Harris versus Trump. Who'd you rather vote for?
Trump. Parker.
Why do you support
It's
Trump?
me. Immigration. Do you remember me, Parker?
No, who the fuck are you?
Parker, we had a little conversation last stream, and I kind of feel
Yesterday?
like you were a little.
Yesterday?
I think it was yesterday or last stream.
Okay, so I just talked to you. Thank you for telling me. Let's go on to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. If I just debated them like yesterday, the day before, and I don't remember them, that's kind of brutal. Yo, what's up? How old are you? I can't tell if it's just like them not being memorable or it's like my memory being cooked. I think it's a little bit of both. Let's go on to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go on to the next individual. What's up, everyone joining in from Dean's stream? If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Helps push it out to more people, as always. Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Michael, thank you very much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Joe, thank you very much for the $2. Do you have any words or advice for someone who's blandly struggling with like everything? I'm so drained, it's not funny, and I don't know. I'm just trying to read the whole thing. And I don't know what I can do. I'm sad all the time, and I enjoy watching your live, so thanks for that. Find things that you really enjoy. Do them. Find community. If they're on the stream or other places, like go outside, exercise. It's super effective for a lot of people. See what works for you. Like just try a bunch of different things. What do you have? What do you have to lose to try different things? You know. What's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2008.
And what month you born?
February.
Election held today. Harris versus Trump. Who would you have to vote for?
Are you familiar with
Any type of response like that immediately tells me that they're trolling. So let's go on to the next person. By the way, I don't see the person I was debating earlier back up on the stream. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual here. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. See what's up? How old are you?
19.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Election held today. Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
What's your birth year?
2007.
Okay. And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
And what was your birth month again?
March.
And you said you were how old?
19.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, immigration, abortion. Most of the two main things, I guess.
Is that like the one brain cell and then the other brain cell? Like, I feel like that's what the collective, like, there's max, like, 3 brain cells that Trump supporters get. It's, like, abortion, immigration, trans people. Abortion,
No,
immigration, trans people.
don't.
Abortion, immigration, trans people. It's, like,
I'm
one
not
of
I'm not
those
trans
3.
supporter, bro.
It seems like you've hit 2 of the 3. Okay, why? What specifically is the... What's your best argument?
What do you mean? For which one?
Yeah, abortion or immigration, you pick. Best argument. What
Well,
is
do you
your most
acknowledge
confident position?
do you acknowledge life begins at conception?
Okay. Cellular life, right?
Well, we're cells.
Okay,
Are we
but like
not?
there's a difference between sentient life, which we're currently experiencing things, and cellular life akin to plants. Do you agree?
Well, I mean, yeah,
Do
but
you think the notion of life that a plant is experiencing is the same notion of life that I'm experiencing?
wait, a plant? Did you say a plant?
Yes, I said a plant. Like
Well, I mean,
maybe let's
plants know
talk
how
about
to
a strand of
adapt.
grass.
Well, plants know how to adapt to like sunlight and
Okay, I'm about to like cry myself to sleep. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next person. I think this person is trolling. People are like spamming his bio, and this person is trying to compare the life that is experienced by a strand of grass to what we're currently experiencing. Okay, let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates as always.
Yo, I got all the
Dolly?
Sonic skins in Fortnite. Let's take a blinker and run squads.
Let's get this next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Yota Paladin?
42. Sorry.
Okay, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Donald Trump?
I think Trump's like any other Republican. I think he's actually good for the party and the conservative movement.
And what makes you think that? Can you tell me like what conservative values he upholds to a greater extent in society?
I think like every other Republican president, he's appointed federal judges, and that's really the most important thing because that's really playing the long game.
Okay, so you support Trump because he appointed conservative or Republican judges, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
And what
And in the
ruling
end-
have they engaged in that you like?
I mean, there's the Second Amendment, there's Chevron, there's all these things that some of.
Oh wait, sorry, what state do you live in?
Massachusetts.
And what time is it?
11:28.
Can you tell me 3 states that border Massachusetts?
Yeah, New Hampshire and Rhode Island and Pennsylvania. I mean, Connecticut. Probably not bordered, but I'm in Massachusetts. So anyway, what do you think about the federal judges?
Can you name 3 cities
What in Boston?
in Massachusetts?
Yeah, Worcester, Boston, Marblehead, Swampscott, Nahant, Lynn, Revere. That's
Okay,
where
go
I'm
ahead.
from.
Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, the federal judges, some of the stuff that they rule on is pretty boring, but it changes people's lives. And, most people probably don't even pay attention, but in the end, Trump is going to have more say for the next couple of generations than he's going to have more influence just by appointing these judges.
Yeah, I'm asking like what have they done in accordance with your view?
I just said, like, I mean, of course, there's all the boring stuff, the cliche conservative stuff like Roe and Second Amendment and all that stuff. But there's more important things like Chevron, which has to do with, deferring to government agencies. And that's pretty boring. But in the end, that probably has more impact on everyday people's lives than the other things. I mean, the fact that Trump won
Like
in itself.
Can you tell me any specific issue?
I just listed the issues. Right?
Can you name it one more time? Maybe I misheard.
So
or-
I said Roe v. Wade, of course, and the Second
Okay.
Amendment stuff, but I said like
Okay.
a
So Roe versus
decision like
Wade. So and why do you
no,
like
but
why do you
I
like
don't
the
wanna talk about-
overturning of Roe versus Wade?
yes, I do. But like I said, there's more important issues like Chevron, which is like deference of government agencies, and I'm saying that Trump's influence on appointing judges and getting decisions like that is going to affect you. I think you're probably like, what, in your 20s? It's going to affect you until the end of your life and your kids' lives and my kids' lives and their kids' lives. So I said that Trump is going to have an influence for the next century. And that may make people angry, but it's the truth. And it's done by judges. And it's the most effective way to make social change.
Okay. So then again, I can try to ask you, what did you want from the overturning of Roe versus Wade, and what did you think you gained from the Chevron decision?
What did I gain from the abortion thing, from Roe v. Wade being overturned?
Yeah.
I just thought it was the moral right thing to do. I mean, I don't really want to debate abortion. I'm sure you debate everybody on abortion. From Chevron, you know, it's basically, Chevron is basically, you know, it could be anything from like the environment to business law to any issue in government. It's basically taking the power back away from people who aren't elected. And
So
that's basically
what specific benefit came from the Chevron decision?
Well, I mean, there's environmental ones. I mean, there's, you
Such
know,
as?
greenhouse gases. You
Like
know,
a
it's
reduction
basically
in them or increase in them?
no. It's what it's basically saying is, you know, people who are making these decisions, and I think everyone should agree that the people who are making these decisions, there's no accountability for them. So what I'm saying is like that's a good thing. I think the left and the right should agree
You mean people
that
like Elon Musk or Donald Trump or Pete Hegseth or Todd Blanche? Or do you mean those people? That there's no accountability for individuals like that?
for everybody. No, there's not. It's not. Has nothing to do with it. It's bureaucrats. It has nothing to do with people who are elected. Donald Trump and some of those people that you mentioned, some of them, not all of them, are actually elected by the voters. The people that I'm talking about are actually not elected by voters. They're actually bureaucrats. They're people who are in
Yeah. Do
companies.
you think Elon was elected?
No, that's what I'm saying. Some
Do
of
you
them
think
aren't
Pete
elected.
Hegseth was elected?
No, that's what I'm saying. Some of them aren't elected. Some of them are, though. You know,
So then what were you talking about?
so that's what I'm talking about. The people who are. You named a bunch of random people to try to, like, you know, make a point.
Random
But
people? You mean main members of the Trump administration, sir?
Well, I don't think Elon Musk is a main person of the Trump administration. I hope you would.
Who ran Doge?
Okay, is he? How long did that
First of the
last?
galaxy. What is this?
How
Is
long
this
did-
Elon Musk trying to run cover for Elon in his like
Hold on.
membership of the
Hold
Trump
on.
administration?
Hold on 1 second. Tell me how long did that last for? How many months did that
Is
last
this
for?
Elon's alt account?
No, but seriously, answer if you can answer my question. I don't want to be rude, but if you can answer my question, how long did that last for? The
How
Doge
long-
thing.
How it lasted for what, like 8 months?
So you know there's a rule. There's
Or a few
there's
months? I can't remember how long it was
a few
exactly.
months, because there's actually a law that says he can only do that position for X amount of months.
Yeah, and he failed, right? He literally spent more money on the operations of Doge than they saved money, and the cuts they made will lead to 14 million deaths of innocent human lives being lost by 2030, according to a Lancet study.
Okay, but you said Musk was some kind of like prevalent person in the administration.
Yes.
We're in 2026.
Yeah,
Right?
and he was a prevalent member of the Trump administration because he did a lot of things, right, within the Trump administration. Just because it was within the first year of his administration doesn't change the fact that he was a vital member of the Trump administration. Like, what?
It was a couple months, but we're digressing from any kind of real debate or conversation here. I mean, we're just talking about random things.
Is this Elon's new alt account?
I mean, you already said that like 6 times.
Yeah, and I'm
And
asking you the question. Would you like to answer? Like, I'm sorry. Like, why are you running defense for Elon's membership
I'm
in the
not. You're the
administration?
one who brought up.
Just because it's a few months doesn't change the fact that that was a membership that was a huge part of the Trump administration's operations.
I mean, I've seen you kind of grasp onto this Elon Musk thing, but you know, we can move on from that. Elon Musk, you mentioned him. It was like a couple months, and he's really not that big of a deal anymore. So, right? So, the fact that JD Vance
Yeah,
is
like
gonna
he's completely irrelevant, right? Like he's just completely irrelevant. No one cares about him enough to bring him up. He's just totally irrelevant. No one cares about him, right?
he made an impact, but then he turned on Trump, right?
He turned on Trump by
Yeah,
doing
he
what?
did. Well, I mean, he had some real disagreements about the Doge thing. I mean, that kind of
Like what about it?
fell apart. What do you mean, like what? Like in terms of like he presented the government with a list of things that he thought needed to be addressed, and the administration basically put it into a drawer and said, "Hey, thanks for your efforts, and we're not actually going to do anything about this."
So
And
not
that
only
created
is that true, but also Elon had the ability to do things from the position of Doge and utterly failed.
No, I mean, he didn't fail. I think it was a useful exercise.
He
But
didn't fail. Okay, so what did he succeed in?
I mean, when you bring accountability to the surface, when you bring that kind
You
of
think the
stuff.
Trump administration is littered with accountability?
No, I didn't say the Trump administration. You're talking about Elon Musk now, aren't you? And what he did, what his
So you think
contribution
Elon
was.
Musk brought more accountability? How?
Like I said, they came up with a list of issues to address when it comes to government waste. He presented that to the Trump administration, and the Trump administration obviously didn't take kindly to it, and they basically didn't act on some of those things. Is that not your way?
No, a lot
you
of the
see it?
things that they reported on that they specifically cut through the usage of Doge were just made up numbers. I think it was over 83%, or actually it was 96% of what they listed that they specifically cut was just false. I'm pretty sure based upon the government bipartisan analysis.
There was a lot of good stuff in there. It wasn't just some. I mean, what you're doing is just trying to poison the well. I mean, there was some good stuff in
What do you mean
there.
the poison the well? I'm referencing an independent analysis of the overall funding they cited that they were cutting through Doge.
Okay, so now we're just having a conversation about Elon Musk. I mean, did you want to talk about something else apart from Elon Musk?
Of course,
Okay.
I mean, but like, I just feel
well,
like you're
listen.
saying that to deflect away from what we just proved.
No one's deflecting anything. I'm saying that Elon Musk did a lot of good things, and then he
But
left.
you can't mention anything that he did that was good.
Like I said, he came up with a huge amount of data.
Yeah, so
about.
name what he did that was good.
I just said what he did.
So coming up
And-
with data that was incorrect is not doing a good
It wasn't.
thing.
It wasn't all incorrect.
It was
wasn't.
mostly.
No.
If
it
over
was not.
90% of it is incorrect, you need to restart.
So I think you should post.
You
that
need to
whenever you
restart. If
can.
over 90% of it
It wasn't 90.
is wrong, then you need
It
to
wasn't.
restart. Yeah,
Not
it
even
is.
close.
Yes, it was. That was an independent governmental analysis.
So what about the argument you support Trump
Code.
because JD Vance is going to become vice president and then president?
Okay, you tell me. So, what about JD Vance is good? Can you tell me anything that he's done as vice president?
The fact that he's a Republican, he's going to continue on doing what Trump did, which goes back to my first.
So,
He's-
what
I mean,
did JD Vance do as vice president that you like?
It doesn't
fuck
matter.
the couch?
Vice presidents don't do anything.
So nothing. So he's done nothing. So by the way, Kamala Harris had the most tie-breaking votes of any vice president in U.S. history, including the Inflation Reduction Act. So she did the most of any vice president in U.S. history. You said vice presidents
And-
do nothing.
and she
I can
lost.
mention what she specifically did. Now, JD
Sounds like
Vance, the
it.
only thing you can mention that he did is fuck a couch.
I mean, you sound pretty bitter about Harris losing, so that's kind of hilarious. But
So you can't mention anything that JD Vance did as vice president. Not a single thing.
no, I mean, it doesn't matter. That's not what a vice
Yeah, it
president
does. You just said that you support him being president, but you can't mention
I
a
do.
single thing that he's done. What's his biggest accomplishment?
Being vice president.
That's not an accomplishment.
It is
right?
an
That he
accomplishment.
did as vice president.
It isn't, because what you
So
don't.
are we
see is
giving
that-
out participation trophies now?
So what? The point is that it
Hey,
continues
everybody!
on.
MAGA's now giving out participation trophies. JD Vance, you're getting a I can't even speak. Participation trophy right now.
Okay.
JD Vance, right here for you. Actually, participation. I can't even speak right now. What the fuck
mean,
is going on with my
You
brain?
can go back to. You can go back to
Precipitation trophies. I can't speak.
the truth is that Trump is no no different than George W. Bush and any Romney and any other John McCain or any other Republicans. You know, he's just to basically continue on the conservative movement.
Yeah,
That's
but you
basically
just
what
gave
he-
out a participation trophy to JD Vance
Okay, what
for
did
just
is-
existing as vice president. Okay, I guarantee you would not ever give that to Kamala Harris. Okay.
Yeah, and Joe Biden, same thing. It's the same thing. The vice presidents, they're not supposed to do anything.
I literally just mentioned things that she did as vice president.
That it doesn't matter. It does. No, she didn't do anything. She said she went to Europe and she never gone to
I
Europe.
just
She
mentioned
said
what she
went to-
did.
Listen,
And also,
she
like,
went to. She said she went to the
went
border.
You think she did go to the border?
Not at the time she said so.
Wait, yes.
That was a famous. That was a very
She
famous.
never said that she went to the border. She actually famously said, "I haven't been to Europe either at that point in time yet," which she had gone to
Exactly.
Europe after that point, and she
After
had gone
that.
to the border after that point. Yeah,
Congratulations.
because that's
You
not
gone
something
to-
a senator does.
Oh, now we're talking about the senators don't do anything
Yeah,
now.
she was a senator.
Participation trophies for senators, huh?
Sir, she was a senator before she was vice president. So if she was asked this question at the beginning of her vice presidency, that's something she'll do as vice president, not something she does as a senator or in any other position she was in. So that makes sense.
I don't know why you put so much.
Like, I'm sorry. Is this hard for you to follow?
I think it's hard for you to follow. I don't know why
How?
you put so much stock in vice presidents. It's kind of crazy.
You're the one who
Anyway,
wants the
so-
vice president to be president.
I do because I think JD
But you
Vance
can't mention a
is gonna-
single thing that he's done as vice president that you like.
I think the best
Can
thing
you name a
would
single
be-
thing that he's done in his entire career that you like? JD Vance. Name a single thing.
he became senator. That's fine.
So what did he do as senator?
It doesn't. You don't
So
need
you
to
don't
have
know.
a whole line. No. It's not. It's you don't need to have a line of accomplishments to be a senator. It's
No, but
basically
what did he
your
do
leader.
that you think was good?
I think it's what he stands for. I think he's going to continue on
Yeah,
the
but like,
Republican
what did
platform.
he do that was good?
The Republican platform. You name it.
Yeah,
Guns.
but what did he do that was
guns.
good?
Immigration.
But what did
It
he do
doesn't
that was
matter.
good?
That's not what. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
does-
what he did?
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what his accomplishments are? It doesn't matter if he's
He-
qualified?
All you have to do is you have to follow the Republican platform. That's basically what
Follow
you have
the
to
Republican
do.
platform. Okay, so what specifically about the Republican platform?
Everything that's happening now, that's the Republican platform.
Yeah, give me a specific.
All the things, Second Amendment, taxes, you name
You
it.
mean how like Trump's
immigration.
increased taxes by imposing tariffs? You mean like how specifically
Oh.
Trump has imposed executive orders to try to remove trans people's access to guns, which is in violation of the Second Amendment?
Well, tariffs was a Democratic thing, right? You know that
You know that
used to
Trump
be a
is the one that
Democrat.
perpetuated universalized tariffs, right?
I actually think tariffs is a good idea.
Can you name one Democrat that advocated for universalized tariffs?
Actually, in Ohio,
Name a single Democrat that advocated for universalized tariffs.
that's not what Trump is advocating
Yes,
for.
he is. He advocated for universalized tariffs. So can you
No,
name a
he didn't.
single Democrat that advocated for universalized tariffs?
But remember, Bernie Sanders was for tariffs before he was against tariffs.
Universal?
No such thing as
Were they
universal
universal? Or,
tariffs.
what do you mean there's no such thing as universal? Trump specifically himself
No.
said a blanket tariff on every country.
No, that's not.
Yes, he
that's
did. You
not
want to
true.
bet?
Yeah, that's absolutely
much?
not true. What do you mean? How much?
How much?
That's
How much do you want
absolutely
to bet? You claim that he never advocated for a blanket tariff. Yes, he did. How much do you want to bet?
So there was no exceptions. There was not one country where there was an exception for the tariffs.
Wait, do you understand? A blanket
Wait.
tariff would be on every good coming from a specific
Wait.
country.
So do you? So there wasn't a single ally
A blanket.
that we did not
A
tariff.
blanket tariff is a
Wait, you're not-
tariff on every good coming from a specific country.
You're not answering my question. Was
I
there
am.
not a single country in the entire world?
That's not the claim I'm making.
Yes, it is.
There are certain countries that we don't even engage in trade with, so it wouldn't even make sense. But he did tariff penguins. That's true. Literally an island with just penguins on it. He did do that. But like, if you specifically want to reference like just the tariffs, I'm referencing a blanket tariff, which is a tariff on every single good coming from that specific country. Okay.
Democrats used to be the party of tariffs, and I used to be
Again,
a cool
I
thing
asked
about
you for a
Democrats.
single. Can you name a single Democrat that advocated for either universal tariffs,
Well,
blanket
the
tariffs,
second you-
or tariffs on most things? Can you name a
You keep
single
par-
Democrat
you
that
keep-
supported that?
You keep parroting this line, but there's no such thing. No,
Yeah,
no
exactly. There's
Trump-
no such Democrat that supports
Trump
universalized,
never said that.
blanket, or tariffs on most items. So can you name a
Trump
single
never-
Democrat that does? If not, cope and seed
Trump-
with your fucking stupid argument.
Trump never said that, and that's just you're just
He
coming
did.
up with
He did.
garbage.
Bet me on it.
No.
How much do you want to bet? $500 right
Yeah.
now.
All right, prove it right now.
How much?
Right now, prove it. Get it.
How much?
Get on your little phone.
How
and
much do you want to bet?
$1.
No,
I'll
give
send
me
you
more.
$1.
No, we do more than that here.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
If
Give
you're
me
gonna if you're
more.
gonna say it with such utter confidence, put your fucking money where your mouth is.
No.
Do
Give me
it.
all everything you made
Otherwise,
today.
I'm gonna deem that you're not confident in your position.
I think you're just scared. You can't.
Says the one who won't accept my $500 bet right now.
Yeah, this is the same thing that Dean does. You just come up, you start shouting at people.
I'm
but
not
no,
shouting
I'm
at
sorry.
you. I'm saying accept my $500 bet if you're so confident.
There's no universal. There's no universal tariff.
He
which is just-
specifically said blanket tariffs. That's explicitly what he
No,
said.
that's different. Blanket
So-
tariffs is completely different.
What is a
That's
blanket
completely
tariff?
different. It's not every single country like you're saying it is. That's what you said.
No.
You did.
No,
You did say that.
I said universalized tariffs, blanket
Nope,
tariffs.
you said every single
Universalized and
country.
blanket tariffs specifically
lit-
mean, listen, universalized or blanket tariffs are specifically on every item coming from a specific country.
Okay, that's not what you said before.
That is exactly what I said before.
There's some countries that are going to be tariffs more like China, right? And there's some countries that aren't going to be tariffed at all, like zero tariffs. Correct? And people like Bernie Sanders used to believe that.
So if I can cite you something from an article right now of Donald Trump explicitly saying that he wants to install a blanket tariff of 10 to 20% on all imports,
Okay,
with
so
additional tariffs of 60 to 100% on goods bought from China prior to the election, would
I
you
don't think
concede?
you know what blanket tariff. I don't think you know what blanket tariffs or universal tariffs. You're
would-
interchanging these
hey,
two words.
Sir, will you concede?
No, because you are interchanging two different terms.
No, I'm explicitly citing an article that is citing the specific word blanket. Blanket tariffs. So if you would like to contend with any of the points that I've just made, you can.
Okay,
but right now it seems like you are just coping.
No, I think you're coping. Define what blanket tariffs is. Right away, right now. Tell me what a blanket tariff is.
Yeah. A blanket tariff
Ye-
is a tariff on every single good coming from a specific country. Or most goods coming from a specific country.
Is it most goods or every good?
It's most or every. It's something called a disjunction. It's most or every.
So you don't feel like the Democrats did this at some point? What about Bill Clinton? You know who Bill Clinton is?
Yeah, and he didn't institute tariffs on most or all items.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, give me a source that he did.
How about you just look it up? Why don't you look up Bill Clinton and tariffs?
You're the one who's making the claim. I'll provide you
Oh,
sources
wait.
for claims that
I
I
think-
make. You
I
should
think that's
provide me.
literally-
Wait.
that's
I
literally
will
what you
provide
did.
you. I will provide you sources for claims that I make. You should provide me sources for claims that you make.
Well, I mean, you got me down a rabbit hole, but I think this is universal. I think you started talking about universal tariffs, and then you found out that you were wrong, and then suddenly you start talking about blanket tariffs. and then you
I
found
use
out
them
that you-
interchangeably. They're the same thing.
No, they're not the same thing. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
what is the distinction?
A universal tariff is something you just made up just now. It's not even a real thing.
Okay, wait. So, what is the difference between a universal tariff and a blanket tariff?
A universal tariff is something that Parker just made up like 10 seconds ago.
So then, what's the
And,
distinction? If I just made it up, and I'm saying it's 100% in accordance with what it means to be a blanket tariff, then how can you say that they are separate things? If I just made it up and I'm saying
Because-
it is the same, how can you say it's different? You just contradicted yourself.
No, because you literally said it was every single country. You said at some point
most
every
or
single
all.
country. No.
No,
Every
most-
you said every single
And
country.
I never
had a
said country. I
tariff.
said items.
No. I'm sorry, you didn't. Anyway, we have to disagree on this. So
I mean, I specifically used the term, and I said it was interchangeable. I clarified my usage of the term. You clarified I'm incorrect with the usage of the term, then cannot clarify how I'm incorrect with the usage of the term. Again, you're just coping.
I mean, think what you like, buddy.
No,
I think you're
no,
wrong.
I'm just telling you what happened in reality.
I mean, so we've gone from
Because
Elon
apparently you
Musk
can't
to
accept it
tariffs.
yourself. Yeah, we
I mean,
talked about multiple topics in a debate stream, in a politics debate stream. Yeah.
the
Is
ones
that
that you wanted to
complicated?
talk about. The one that you wanted to talk about. I
Yeah,
get it.
you talked about things that the host of the stream wanted to talk about. Wow, yippee! That was a really, really cool thing that you just figured out there. Good job.
And then you were proven wrong on all of them.
Name
Congratulations,
one
buddy.
point I was proven wrong on, and be specific with how I was proven wrong.
You started talking about Elon Musk, right? And then you start talking about universal tariffs. So those are two things.
What specifically was I wrong on, and how was I wrong? I told you to say
You know,
that.
you can watch the tape of your own videos and you can figure that out yourself.
And I think I was right, and most people in the chat think I was right as well. So what supporting reason or evidence do you have that you were right and I was wrong?
The most recent thing, universal tariffs is not a real thing. So there we go.
Wait, you say it's not a real thing. What does that even mean?
Because you said every single country had a tariff, and that's how you define
That's
universal
not what I
tariffs.
explicitly said. A universalized or blanket tariff, because they are used interchangeably, is a tariff on is on all or most items coming from a specific country. That's what I said.
All right, buddy, you can watch the tape again.
Yeah,
And
and
you
that's
see what you
explicitly
said.
what I said.
Oh, I think you'll disagree when you watch the tape again and see it.
No, I
yourself.
won't, because that's explicitly what I said.
Anyway, that's fine.
So watch this. You're gonna not accept reality. You're gonna keep denying reality, and then you're gonna run away and claim victory because you're wrong. You have no argument. You have no reason, evidence, facts, logic to support your argument. You're simply just coping with the fact that you've just got emotions. You've just got feelings. But you want to know something crazy? The facts don't give a flying fuck about what your feelings are. Okay?
You're getting very emotional over here, buddy.
I'm not emotional. I'm claiming you're the one that's emotional. And I
No
just
one's
use
claiming
curse
victory.
words in order to be able to cause there to be a more of a focus on that fact. I'm sorry that you misunderstood my use of a curse word there, and you think curse words inevitably mean that someone's emotional just because of the usage of the term, rather than the inflection of passion or focus on a specific point that was being made within the sentence.
I mean, doesn't it get old to talk about the same three things over and over again with every single person you talk to?
You understand that these are things brought up by members who are Trump supporters. I asked them why they support Trump. They claim this. That's actually more evidence that Trump supporters have a lack of reasons, of diverse reasons why they support Trump, rather than a reason that I don't have the ability to talk about multiple different topics. Because when those topics are prompted, I am able to talk about those topics. Name a specific topic you think I'm not able to talk about relating to politics.
Well, I thought the whole idea of federal judges and the machine of the Republican Party was a pretty interesting novel.
And I explicitly asked you
subject.
about that. I asked you what specific benefits do you think you've gained from the judges that have been put in place by Donald Trump? And we were going over those explicit reasons, and that's what we were debating on, if you fucking forget.
Question. Do you think that I have to personally benefit from something for it to be worth it?
No.
Can the whole society benefit from something and not me, and it still be worth it?
Yes.
Good. Well, then that's my point.
So
Congratulations.
how did the whole society benefit?
Like I said, the machine of the Republican Party and the federal judges, it's the long game. It improves society over time.
How did it improve society? What benefits did you get?
What did I get? That's the thing. You keep bringing it back to me as a person, but that's not the point. The point
No,
is,
sorry,
is
sorry.
that
Benefits did your ideological framework get? I'm sorry that I have to specify the question.
okay. So right from the get-go, can you say, is there more freedom in the Second Amendment? Are there more gun rights over the last 25 years in your lifetime? I'm assuming you're around that age. Has there been more guns, more rights around guns, the Second Amendment? Yes or no?
No.
No. So we've regressed. There's more restrictions on guns.
It's pretty much the same.
Incorrect.
The distinction
Absolutely.
are, from a federal policy standpoint, it's pretty much the same, outside of specific policy changes that were bipartisan and would have happened irrespective of precedent. Except
Absolutely
for
not.
certain things that Trump has done to be more restrictive. I could mention things like how he's done specifically things to try to remove trans Americans' access to firearms. That's in violation of the Second Amendment. That's restricting access to guns, is it not?
I'm asking you over the last
Is that
20
not?
It depends. It depends on
Is
your
that
take on
not?
No, you answered my question incorrectly.
Is that not?
No, it depends actually.
That
That's not
isn't a
necessarily-
violation of the Second Amendment.
No, not necessarily.
To try to remove trans Americans' access to guns. Why not?
And if you ask
Why
Samuel
not?
Alito, I'm telling you, if you ask Alito and Clarence Thomas, I bet you'd be surprised about their responses. In fact, they would probably rule in favor of you and what you want.
Okay, so can you answer my question? What makes
No,
you
but you
think
answered
other from me?
You seem to think that over the last 25 years.
Is that a violation of the Second Amendment? Yes or no?
No, I do not think
Yes,
so.
it is. Why do you think it's not?
Because some people should have restrictions to guns. And it has
what makes
nothing
you
to do with...
so then what makes you think that any restrictions to guns that Democrats are advocating for is in violation of the Second Amendment? Can you name one policy that Democrats have passed relating to gun control that is in violation of the Second Amendment?
Carrying across state lines. Or
so what thing passed?
What do
you mean
carrying
across state lines? That's not a policy passed by Democrats.
We're talking about federal judges. We're talking about the Supreme Court. We're talking about laws, overall laws.
So what federal policy have Democrats passed that have restricted your Second Amendment rights? Name me a single policy.
Okay. Here's a local one for you. If you want to get a gun in Massachusetts, you have to go to the police station.
So not a federal
correct?
policy.
Well,
So
listen
let's
to
be
me.
clear,
Listen
not
to
a federal policy.
Not a federal. We're talking about my state.
So
one
nice
of the most
concession.
liberal...
No, you can't mention a single federal policy.
You think you don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm asking you a specific question about federal policy, and you're explicitly trying to bring up a local area to deflect away from the fact that you can't mention a single federal policy that Democrats have passed to restrict your access to guns that violates the Second Amendment. Name me a single fucking one.
Question. Do you know what case law is?
No, name me a single fucking one.
You see, now you've conceded. You don't know
You
what you're
can't
talking
do it.
about.
You can't do it. You've got nothing.
Because we're talking about
Name
the
me.
law.
I'm asking you for a federal policy. Name one.
We're talking about the law, not politics.
Name one fucking policy. One federal policy.
I'm going to tell you about a policy right now. And this policy is not just Massachusetts. This was covered in circuit law, which means multiple states in a certain part of the
State,
country.
not federal. Can you tell me a federal fucking policy?
Oh my God.
We're talking about the president. Hey, let me inform you. We're talking about the president of the United States. We're not talking about local or state elections, okay? We're talking about federal elections. Federal policy. Name a single Democratic federal policy passed by Democrats that restricts gun access that violates the Second Amendment. Name it.
You're just trying to talk me in circles. Congratulations.
No, you just can't answer this basic question, which you
don't know what you're
need
talking
as a
about.
basis for your argument. In order to argue that there is a violation of the Second Amendment to a greater extent on behalf of Democrats, you have to be able to mention a single policy passed by Democrats that specifically violates the Second Amendment. If not, then you're just coping, because your argument isn't every restriction against guns is a violation of the Second Amendment. Your argument is only specific gun restrictions are a violation of the Second Amendment. So which ones?
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
I've already taken deep breaths. You're the one who can't provide an
Let me ask you a
argument.
question, okay? And I'm asking this sincerely. What did you study in school?
Economics.
Economics. So you know what case law is, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking about case law here. We're talking about the laws of the land over the last 25 years. And you seem to be talking about something else. But I'm talking about case law. And it all goes back to
What was
Trump.
my question? I don't care what you're talking about. What was my question?
Well, there we go. So you don't really care what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because what you were talking about, you're only proving what you're talking about is not even a response to what my question was. My question was what? Answer the question. What was my question?
You're talking about policies.
No, what was my question?
Okay, has there been restrictions on guns? Policy, Democrat policies, restrictions on guns. Has there been? Yes or no?
Not my question. So I asked you, what is a federal policy passed by Democrats that restricts access to guns that violates your Second Amendment rights? Answer the question.
School zones. How about that? There's one.
That doesn't violate the Second Amendment, genius. You think school zones violate the Second Amendment?
Having guns?
Yeah, tell me what
places?
case law do you have to support that school zones violate the Second Amendment?
It's been knocked down. All that stuff has been knocked down.
Not true. No, school zones exist where you can't have guns in schools.
Yeah. Sometimes in some states,
tell me any case law that justifies it is unconstitutional to have gun-free zones within schools and public schools.
You asked me for, now you're switching up. You asked me for a democratic policy. I'm giving you a democratic
There is
policy.
no democratic policy to do that.
It was established by Democrats. These school zones are established by
Wait,
Democrats.
there is
In-
no democratic policy that would establish that is unconstitutional.
Hey,
Okay, you understand
listen.
that this is totally constitutional.
Do you remember the shooter in Colorado, the one who went into a movie theater?
Yes.
There was restrictions on guns in that area. In public places, in some states, in some areas, you can't bring a gun. In other states, you can bring a gun.
That wasn't a
Right?
school. I'm asking you, like, what evidence do you have specifically that it is unconstitutional? What case law do you have that it's unconstitutional, right? Specifically to have gun-free zones within
I never said
schools?
that. I never said that. You're just
Okay, so
you
what
just-
federal policy did Democrats pass that violated the Constitution?
on what? On guns?
Yeah, what gun control legislation did Democrats pass that violated the Constitution?
Bringing guns across the border, across the state borders. That was literally
No state,
What-
no federal policy was passed specifically that violated the
Yes.
Second Amendment. You can't name a single one.
no.
You are
that's-
just right now. You are just coping. You fucking
No.
have nothing.
No, that's not true.
You have nothing. Then provide it.
You're,
What was
you're
the
just
name of the
trying to- you're just
policy?
tr- No, you're just running me in circles.
The name
for
of the
nothing.
policy is.
It's nonsense.
The name of the policy is.
It's nonsense.
The name of the policy is.
All right, buddy. Well,
The name of the
good luck with
policy
your-
is.
Good luck.
Run
I
away,
think
buddy.
You should study.
You lost.
I think you should study some case law.
Run away. You lost. Says the one who can't provide any case
It's-
law
it's
to
not
justify.
about-
So what case law justifies that any policy passed by Democrats to restrict access to guns violated the Constitution?
We're not talking. Why are you talking about
You're
Democrats? and the
asking about
Constitution?
case law. So what specific case law?
No. The case law. The point of the whole thing was that Trump. I'll spell it out for you. Trump elects judges. Judges pass laws. These laws affect
Judges pass
people.
laws. I thought that was Congress.
Judges interpret laws, and
Yeah, that's what they do. They
this
don't pass
affects-
laws. They interpret them. Yeah.
this
got it right.
this affects people and generations. My children, your children. That was the point. The fact that Trump has this power to appoint people, and that's the only thing he should be worried about right now. Because the truth is that Trump is a lame duck president right now. The midterms haven't happened, but he's basically a lame duck president. So all he should be worried about is packing the courts as much as he can with judges who are going to basically affect public policy for the next, because the two things collide, and it affects public policy for the next 50 to 100 years. That's my point, and that's it. That was it. That was the whole point. That was it.
So I like how you didn't address any of my points. You didn't answer the question. You didn't mention a
Oh,
single policy that was passed by Democrats, a federal policy specifically that violates the Second Amendment. You couldn't provide any case law that justifies that. You've lost.
Okay.
So run
Well,
away
you
and
see
cope as
things
you
that-
are. Or you're gonna run away.
You
Watch
see
it.
things that.
Watch it. He's
you
got to
see
run away,
things-
chat.
No, I'm not running away. I mean, you could boot me, but I'm just saying, like,
You literally just said
Yeah.
you were about to run away, but okay.
I didn't say that. You should check your tapes again, because I didn't say that. But listen, man, I don't want to waste your time, but I think you don't
Another
really understand
statement
the
claiming that
issues.
he was about to leave. Waste time? What do you mean waste time? We're having a debate.
I know. I don't want to waste. I think your time is more valuable than just talking about nonsense.
Wait, so you're saying my time is more valuable than to talk to you?
Okay, very good, very funny.
I mean, that's what you just said. I didn't. You said it, not me.
I mean, I get your style of debate is that you try to like throw 100 questions at people that have nothing to do with the actual issue itself.
That was not 100
You-
questions. I asked you, is that what you said? As you just said it.
And then you try to confuse. Well, what about
I'm sorry,
universal tariffs?
Dude,
Let's-
sometimes
let's talk about-
sometimes when you're right, people just cope. They
let's
get
talk
so
about
angry that
universal
you can
tariffs.
call out all of their issues
Let's talk about
that you just
universal
start
tariffs.
you just start like saying random things.
Like universal tariffs, the thing that you made up. Like
That was
literally
not
off
something
top
I
of-
made up. That already existed. That's been a
Universal-
concept. I'm sorry that you didn't know that concept existed. That
Okay.
concept has existed.
Okay. It's
If
not
you don't
called
think universal
universal
tariffs existed as a concept, I'm sorry to break it to you. It did. Parker get a job, did not invent the idea of universal tariffs. Universal tariffs existed as an idea prior to Parker even being born. Okay? Universal tariffs has existed as a concept for a very long time and predates Parker's entire existence. Parker wasn't even a concept in his parents' brain when it existed as a concept.
Who's an economics major says that universal tariffs is when every single country in the world has
That's
a
not what
tariff
I
in it.
said.
Yes, it is, sir.
That's
yes, it is.
explicitly not what I said. I said it's when most or all items coming from a specific country have a tariff on that item. Are you?
You're coping. I think you're coping, dude. Dude, I think you're coping.
How does it
you
feel?
gonna run away?
How does it feel to be wrong?
Away?
How does it feel to be wrong on every topic? I love just being able to debunk every single point you make because basically everything you say is false.
Here's Parker. He's gonna run away. He's lost.
You are what's called a gibberish generator. Basically, everything that comes out of your mouth is incorrect.
I really
generate gibberish. You generate gibberish.
I thought
you are a gibberish generator.
Listen, sir. I've tried to debate Dean before, and I felt like yours. No.
Exactly. You tried to debate him and failed.
Listen, and I think your style. I thought that your style would be better. I thought you'd have a little better approach to things, but it's basically the same thing, which is just trying to bombard people with nonsense. Because I don't think you
none of this was
the
nonsense.
issues.
They were facts, reason, logic, and you just didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy.
Gibberish generators don't like facts, logic, and reason. Cope.
Oh, that's your new thing. That's your new
cope. Cope.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, you don't like facts, logic, and reason. It's gonna make you run away. You got annihilated.
So did you want to actually talk about something, meaningful, or did you just want to
yeah? Let's talk about something meaningful, not your dumbass argument. So go ahead, provide it.
So, who did you vote for before Trump?
What do you mean before Trump?
I mean, is Trump the first person you could vote for? I mean, not Trump. I mean, Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I voted for Joe Biden and then Kamala Harris.
So you couldn't vote for anyone before that?
No.
Okay, so was Joe Biden your first choice in the primaries?
No.
Who was your first choice?
In which primary?
The Democratic primary.
Which
in
year?
The first one, 2020.
Right now or at the time?
At the time.
Andrew Yang.
Okay, great. And what did you like about him?
I was pro UBI at the time.
But not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Andrew Yang actually had a lot of crossover Republican ideas. Would you agree?
Yeah, he's one of the reasons I stopped being a Republican.
Oh, so you were a Republican. Interesting.
Yeah, I grew up in a conservative Christian household. In 2016, I was a Trump supporter.
But you couldn't vote for Trump at the time?
No, I was in high school.
Okay. So he lost, and then did you go straight to Biden?
For voting for president, yeah. But I preferred at the time. What pulled me over was people like Yang, and I actually even liked Tulsi Gabbard at the time, because she was like a left wing individual. She portrayed herself as a progressive.
And she was, and there was a lot of things that she public policy, right? Like the foreign policy, she would kind of cross over with the right and the left, like the Rand Pauls.
She was just anti-war, so was.
Okay, and then you went to Joe Biden. And did you not find
that was the nominee for the Democrats? Yeah.
Because Trump was just totally unacceptable at the time.
Yeah.
Would you have picked any other Republican? If a Republican other than Trump had been elected, would you have picked somebody else? Like in the primary, there was 20 people in that primary.
I don't think there was any other Republican that I would have preferred. No, I think at that time I'd become more liberal.
Okay, interesting. I'm just trying to understand you. That's all. I mean, I think going from Tulsi Gabbard to Joe Biden, from Andrew to Tulsi to Joe Biden is kind of a big leap.
I also liked Bernie at the time.
Okay, so did you support Bernie Sanders when he primaried Joe Biden?
In what year? 2020?
And that would be 24, right?
In 2020, I would have preferred Bernie over Biden.
Okay, so for you, when Trump leaves, what are you going to do with yourself? who are you going to support? I mean, you got to admit that Kamala Harris wasn't in the
Kamala.
same. Why?
What?
Why? Why her? There's tons of more progressive people. Why not AOC? Why not somebody
Yeah, I
like
like
that?
AOC. I prefer AOC.
Okay. So, but you just jumped on the Harris bandwagon. I'm just trying to understand who is your real preference.
Let me make this very, very simple for you.
Yeah.
Harris, better than Trump.
Yeah.
AOC,
Okay.
better than Harris. In the 2024 election, it was Harris versus Trump.
Okay, but I'm
If
talking
I
about
support Harris more than Trump, and the choice is between Harris and Trump, I'm going to pick Harris. I hope that helps.
Just one more question, because Trump is not on the ballot anymore, right? In 2028, Trump is not going to be on the ballot. So what are you going to do with yourself? You're going to pick Harris? Of all the people you could pick in 28, you're going to pick Harris. You're going to support Harris.
If AOC is a candidate, I would pick AOC.
I'm just trying to understand, like, ideologically where you're at, because I think you're all over the place.
I'm not. What's
You seem to be
confusing?
more. You seem to be more anti-Trump than actually standing for something.
What?
So I'm wondering, when Trump leaves, what are you going to do
What
with
I
yourself?
stand for makes me against Trump. Use your fucking brain.
No, you seem to be against Trump, the person, more
Yeah,
than the act.
because of what I stand for.
Because you're talking about Harris, supporting Harris in 28.
Oh my God, because of what I stand for, that causes me to be against Trump.
I just think you're obsessed with Trump.
That he's the fucking president, sir. I'm debating against Republicans. He is the main candidate in the Republican Party right now. 80 to 90% support within the Republican Party.
Well, you think you could definitely separate Trump from the Republican Party, right?
Okay, tell me
There's
one candidate for president, not associated with the MAGA movement, that has any shot in 2028.
Well, you probably disagree, but I think Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz is MAGA.
No, I don't think so.
And also, he has no fucking shot. Ted Cruz
I mean-
literally says that his goal when getting elected to Congress was to best defend the state of Israel. Okay? Ted Cruz is fucking insane. Okay?
I personally like Rand Paul.
Ted Cruz
you
is
like-
literally Israel over America. Okay?
Don't you like Rand Paul?
No.
Why not? He's very like Tulsi Gabbard.
I'm not a right winger.
Yeah, but
I'm a
he believes
progressive
in-
liberal.
Yeah, but there's a crossover between
I think
the left and the right.
Rand Paul is also a lunatic. Just less so of a lunatic than Donald Trump and MAGA. And Rand Paul has no fucking shot in 2028.
I think it's definitely going to be JD Vance and Rubio. That's it. Those are the only two people that have any shot.
Yeah, which are both MAGA. Which are both members of the Trump
no.
administration.
Yes, they are members of the Trump administration, but they're not MAGA.
What the fuck does MAGA mean? You don't think all members of the Trump administration are MAGA? Get your head
No,
out of your
that's not-
ass.
that's-
What are you
that's not
fucking
how that
talking
works.
about? What does MAGA
not how-
mean to you? Members
MAGA
of the
is-
fucking Trump administration aren't MAGA? Well, then who the fuck is?
Look, if you're a member of the Obama administration, it doesn't necessarily mean that you bought into every single thing
Does that mean
that
you
you're under
support
some
Obama?
umbrella. That has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it
It's-
does. It means you prefer Obama.
But it doesn't mean you're MAGA, or it doesn't mean that you believe in everything that Obama says. There was a lot
being
of
MAGA doesn't mean you agree with everything Trump says. It just means you support Trump for president. That's it.
I mean,
That's all
Rubio-
it means.
Okay, so Rubio lost, right? Rubio lost, and then he became part of the administration. It doesn't necessarily mean that he supports Trump as president. He's just basically in the administration.
Who did Rubio vote for?
We don't know. That's his private business.
You don't know? Sir, it's fucking public information.
What, who he voted for is public
Yeah.
information? Okay. And he could have voted for Trump, but it doesn't mean he's MAGA.
He voted for Trump. He's explicitly said this. He's a member of the Trump administration.
Okay. I voted for Trump too. Doesn't mean I'm MAGA.
Yes, you
it's
are.
just- it
You are
doesn't- it's just
MAGA.
like- it's not. It has
Yes,
nothing to do
you
with
are.
that.
You are MAGA.
Okay. Well,
MAGA means you support Trump for president. You supported
No.
Trump for president. You voted for Trump. You said you would
Ma-
vote for Trump over Harris if the election were held today, which means you're MAGA.
what does MAGA stand for?
Make America great again. In
Okay,
a
so
literal
it's a
sense.
it's a whole bunch of policies that Trump believes in. It's a whole idea, a mindset that Trump believes in. Not everyone believes the same exact thing as Trump.
When did I ever claim that? That's not what MAGA means. Hello?
So you think that simply by voting for somebody, you're automatically MAGA. That's it.
Yeah.
You could have been like some
That's how I'm
modern
using the term. That's what MAGA means.
Do you realize that a lot of Democrats, like blue collar Democrats in 2016, voted for Donald Trump? Does that make them MAGA?
Yes.
No, incorrect.
Yes, it does.
It's just that they decided that,
Can you define MAGA?
like I said, it's a whole ideological thing.
Yeah, so what specifically do you have to believe in to then be MAGA?
I think the only person who are really MAGA are a very small amount of people, including Trump himself.
So what do you have to believe in to then be MAGA?
I don't know. I mean, you probably have to believe in Trump, first of all.
Believe in Trump, like his existence, or what the fuck does that mean?
I mean, what does that make a difference? Trump is like a megalomaniac. He's basically hijacked
You
the
have
MAGA
to
thing.
believe in Trump. What the fuck does I believe Trump exists?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good for you.
Does that mean I'm MAGA?
MAGA wasn't even an original idea. You know that, right?
I understand.
You do know
but
that.
What does it mean to be MAGA
Okay.
in the common understanding that we have in conventional society?
Parker, tell me where MAGA came from. Who was the first president to use MAGA?
Reagan.
Yes. Okay. So, is Reagan MAGA?
Yeah, he probably supported Trump.
No,
Probably would.
I don't think so. Do you
Or
think the
actually,
Bushes
you know
support
what?
Trump?
I don't know. I don't know if Reagan would have supported Trump. I would lean towards yes.
I
but
would lean towards
some
no.
of his views were diametrically opposed to Trump.
And what about George W. Bush? Does he support Trump?
Yeah, he probably voted Trump.
No, he does not. You should look it up. No, he
He
does
didn't
not.
vote for Trump?
No, he did not vote for Trump. He said, Dick Cheney didn't vote for Trump, George W. Bush, all your boogeymen that you hate, they didn't vote for
He
Trump.
wouldn't be MAGA, so what's your point?
My point is that it's not like this all-encompassing thing that you seem to think it is. There's a lot of Republicans.
Can you just
Mitt
tell me what
Romney,
MAGA means? Can I hear it?
John McCain. I said it's like pornography. You know, when you see it, it's a hard thing to describe.
What?
That's actually a case law thing. Going back to our case law.
Did you just say MAGA is like corn?
Yes. Have you ever heard that expression? Maybe you're too young to know what that means. But it was a way that you describe something that you actually can't describe, but you know when you see it.
No, you just
It's a
sound
famous-
like a cult member saying that.
It's a famous line.
MAGA
should
is
look
like
it up.
corn to you?
Okay, well, I think your age is showing right now. So
Well, I'm just sorry,
maybe
I'm just saying, is that the comparison you're making? You're saying MAGA is like corn to you?
look. I think you don't. I don't think you remember George W. Bush. I don't think you remember George.
Yeah, I don't
Dick
remember
Cheney.
him. What? What do you fuck? Yes, I do. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, then you would know that all these people, the Mitt Romneys, the John McCains, they're not MAGA.
Okay, and so then what is MAGA?
So you just told me all these people are MAGA. You said literally.
What
these people
is
are-
MAGA? What is MAGA to you? I'm telling you what I think MAGA is. You disagree with what you think MAGA is comparative to what I think MAGA is. So what do you
I
think,
think-
MAGA is, genius?
I think MAGA is a very lofty thing that's very hard to define.
Okay, so define it in the best manner you can.
It's Trump's broad view of how society should be, which is a whole bunch of
Any
random
specifics?
policies. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that it's not supposed to be specific. It's supposed to be
Name
lofty.
3 people who are MAGA.
Trump, probably his son and his daughter are MAGA. And
Name
then I'm
3
sure
people not a part of the Trump family that are MAGA.
I think Steve Bannon at some point was MAGA, but I don't think he's a MAGA anymore.
Name 3 people that are currently MAGA that are not a part of the Trump family.
I'm sure you can go on the street and find people who are wearing the red caps and they say that I'm MAGA because they believe in Trump more than they believe in anything else. They believe in Trump as a person, as a figure, as a cult leader, whatever you want to call it, more than
As a cult leader.
whatever
So
you want to.
You have to admit that it's a cult then, right?
I mean, believe me, I'm very critical of Trump. I'm very aware of how Trump is and what he is.
So you think he's a cult leader?
I think definitely some of the people who support Trump resemble cult members.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
Absolutely.
do you think that Trump is a cult leader?
Sometimes he acts like a cult leader, for sure. Absolutely.
Is he a cult leader?
No. By the definition of cults, no, he's not a cult leader, but he acts like he's a megalomaniac.
Does he act like a cult leader?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He thinks he has a lot of influence over people, but I don't think he's a cult leader. Anyway, so it's like, so there are people who believe in Trump, and that's going to be the big problem with the Republican Party is that when Trump leaves, what are people going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I'm going to support a conservative Republican.
Why?
Because in the end, that's the only thing that matters. I don't believe in Trump's personality, the cult of Trump. People have to get over that stuff. Just like Obama, there was a cult of Obama, and people had to get over that, and they couldn't get over it.
Cult of Obama.
Absolutely, it's the same kind of thing.
Really? Can you tell me what cult of Obama existed?
Believing in his policies, believing in him, believing in
so believing in his policies means you're a part of the Obama cult?
Believing in Obama as someone who is overcomes or whatever is more important than anything else. That's what I'm talking about.
What the fuck are you saying?
Anyway, buddy, I gotta get off because I hear my
I would
child
leave too
crying.
if I couldn't make any sense too.
But I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
Bye. I would cry like that if I were within 50 feet of you as well. Kilo, thank you very much for the $50 over on PayPal. Thank you very much. Give some W's for Kilo in the comment section right now. Thank you very much for the $50 over on PayPal. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. SJ, thank you for the $25. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the kind words. Good to see you as always. Seriously, SJ, it's always a wonder to see you. Good to see you. Let's get this next individual up here. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates as always. And SJ, thank you so much. That's seriously so kind of you. You always send the kindest messages. Let's get this next individual up here. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Okay, I don't know why that's not loading. Alrighty. By the way, we only have like 35 minutes left on the stream, everyone, today. A lot shorter of a stream today, just letting everyone know. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Alrighty, let's get this next person up here. Please, everybody, only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's get this next person up here. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, as always. And if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
31.
And do you support Trump?
Yes, I support Trump.
Okay, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I would rather vote for Trump.
Okay, for sure. Let me thank some people real quick, and then we can move on to our conversation.
Yeah, no problems.
Alrighty, give me one quick second real quick. Alrighty. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Hello? Hello, you there?
Go ahead, give your little shout out.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at you.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
I'm just asking, why are you laughing at me?
Go ahead, give your little shout out there.
Are the shout outs triggering you, or like I'm asking like what's wrong?
No, you seem triggered. Everything's okay. Go ahead.
I'm not triggered. I'm asking you what's wrong.
Nothing's wrong. Go ahead.
Okay. Alistair, thank you very much for the $3. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ramona with the $5 twice. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $10. Thank you. Kalinas, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $2.
Thank you very much.
Vance did say that. Painfully ironic. Thank you very much for the $2. Ramona, thank you very much for the $5. Painfully ironic again with the $5. Thank you. Serpent, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you very much. Kalinas, thank you very much for the $12. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Liz, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you. Troy, thank you for the $3. Kane with the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not an economist, but I am going to do an economics degree. My thoughts are that it's probably somewhat imminent. I think it's going to be the level of wealth post-war will probably increase, and then golder pricing, it's probably going to lead to lower levels of value for in the long run. Way long run, though. And then Intera, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Diabolical. Well, thank you very much. As well as Am Rushing, thank you very much for the $50 over on YouTube Super Chat. Because W's for rushing in the comment section right now. Am Rushing, thank you very much for the $50 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much. And Rockin' Seti with the $20. Thank you for the definition of cult of Obama. President Barack Obama's major accomplishments during his 2 terms in office spanned healthcare reform, economic recovery, environmental protection, and foreign policy. All rather notable. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If you want to support me as always and piss off the guest because apparently he's super triggered right now. Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat as always. Make sure to go through the link tree in the bio if you want to support me. There's a lot of people who portray themselves as me when they aren't actually me. Kathy, thank you very much for the $50 over on PayPal. Thank you very much, Kathy. They said keep going over on PayPal. Thank you very much, Kathy. I really appreciate the $50. Thank you very much over on PayPal. As well as Justina, thank you very much for the $20 for Hey Parker. Loved seeing your appearance on the split. I thought you did great with the nuclear family topic. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get the W's for them in the comment section. As well as Connie, thank you very much for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. As well as Alistair with the $7. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you piss the guest off and your funding from the government. Well, thank you very much.
Laughing?
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Laughing. How am I pissed if I'm laughing?
Because you clearly are so like insecure and jealous that you have to laugh to
I'm
project
laughing.
your
What are you
negative
talking about? I think it's
emotions
hilarious.
against like the fact that people are sending me donations.
I think
on
it's
the stream.
hilarious.
Why do you think
How
it's
many
hilarious?
taxes you paying? How many taxes are you gonna pay with that?
A lot more than you.
Oh yeah? How
Mhm.
much?
I make $1 trillion a year, so about 500 billion.
Nice.
Neon,
But
thank you for the $5. Thank you
You'd
very much,
rather
Neon.
sit here all night and waste your life away, huh?
I don't think this is wasting my life away. I think this is making the country a
okay.
better place. I
How?
love this country. I'm patriotic.
How is that?
And I want to make this country a better place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you gonna do that?
By getting people to be more liberal, by
Oh,
getting people to get involved in
Oh, yeah,
politics
that's
more,
it.
by getting people to critically think more. Yeah.
Oh, that's it, huh? But not giving back to society in any way.
This is giving back to society. Megan, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, he's so angry. Do you
How
not
you
think
giving
I'm
back?
helping society right now by causing people
No,
to
I
be more
don't.
liberal?
I don't think you're doing anything.
I think that's like a very patriotic thing.
You're sitting behind a camera, not doing shit.
I'm sitting in front of a camera. I'm sorry that you didn't know how
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
track that.
In front of it.
What's wrong with that?
You're not giving back to society in any way.
I am. I'm giving education, information, critical
Oh,
thought
yeah?
back
How?
to society. Yeah. By
Yeah?
by debating
Okay.
people such as yourself that don't understand
Oh, yeah.
critical thinking skills, research, fact-based evidence.
Oh,
You
yeah?
know, basically anything.
Oh yeah, you know me, huh? Yeah, I forgot. You know everything about me.
Yeah, I know that you're misinformed. I know that you're confused.
Oh, I am.
I know that you
Oh,
lack
okay.
evidence. I knew that
I didn't
you
even tell you
lack
who I voted for.
research. You did tell me you support Trump.
I didn't tell you who I voted for.
You said that if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, you would choose to vote for Trump.
Did I vote for Trump or did I vote for Harris?
You
in
said
the
that
last
if the election were held today, that you would vote for Trump over Harris.
Did that tell
Nancy,
you
thank
who
you
I
very much for
voted
the
in last
$20
election?
over on PayPal. Thank you very much, Nancy. As well as Kathy, thank you for the $50 for and another for giving back to society. Thank you so much, Kathy, for the $50. Thank you very much. And Nancy with the $20. Thank you very much. As well as Jessica, thank you very much for the $10
Oh
over on
my
PayPal.
God.
Thank you very much, Jessica. I really appreciate it.
Look at
Thank
this
you.
guy.
So very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thought we better annoy the jealous little MAGA boy a bit more. What you do matters, and you are making the world a better place. Jessica and Zach. Well, thank you very much. Can you thank all the donors for sending me money?
Thank you, donors. Way to waste your money.
Why do you think it's a waste of money?
What a waste.
Why do you think it's a waste of money, sir?
What a waste of money.
Why do you think it's a waste? Why do you think it's a waste?
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to spend it on me and my girlfriend.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
But not give back to society in any way.
I give back to society.
How?
Well, why do you want to know?
Answer the question.
$3. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it.
I give back to society by doing
How?
this.
Oh, this. Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I'm not going to tell you the other ways I do.
Nice. Very proud of you for
how
that.
about this? I support local business. That's how I give back to society. When I'm buying things for me and my girlfriend, I support local business.
Nice. There you go.
I'm supporting American businesses.
That's nice. There you go.
Like Jamie, thank you for the $50 because I can, and it will make the guests so mad. Thank you so much, Jamie, for the $50 over on Venmo. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it for me and my girlfriend. Thank you very much, Megan. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much for you saying our voices are worthless. Yeah, simply just because he ideologically disagrees with us.
Democrats
it's clear
are
that
done.
he's just jealous of the
It's
fact
over.
that we're able to influence thousands
Over
of people
for
on a
you guys.
daily basis.
It's over for you guys.
How is it over?
It's over.
How?
Because you're sitting here crying. It's over.
I'm not crying. I'm currently right now causing people to be more
Causing
liberal.
people to what?
To be more liberal.
Oh.
Like Blood, thank you very much for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much for
Causing
wasting
people
my
to be
money. Here
more
you go,
liberal.
Parker. Straight from the DNC, actually. Thank you very much. Yeah, the guest has nothing
my
substantial to say. It's
gosh.
pretty
We're
absurd.
literally laughing at you, bro. I'm laughing at you.
Really? Because I think everyone here is laughing at you. If you're
Oh my
like me,
gosh.
laughing at the guest, type 3 in the comment section.
Nice. Congrats. I hope that makes you
Jason,
feel
thank
so
you for the
good.
$3. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it for the DNC donation
I
to
hope
trigger
that makes you
the
feel
guest.
so
Thank you
good.
very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Hayden, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the 70 cents. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Totally agree. Thank
Over
you.
for the Democrats. Everyone, welcome
Thank
to
you
the
very
loser
much.
panel.
Baby J, thank you very much for the $10
Welcome
for
to the
I'm laughing at
loser
him.
panel,
Thank you very
everyone.
much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, everyone's laughing at the guest, seemingly.
Welcome to the loser panel, everyone.
Is that why you're the one on the panel?
Welcome to the loser panel.
Yeah, you're the one on the panel, sir.
Yeah, so are you, right?
Sir.
Welcome to the loser panel.
Wait, what? Can you tell me what a panel is?
Isn't this what you're putting on? Welcome to the loser panel, everyone.
Isn't
Brought
like
to
the
you
panel
by
the list of
Parker.
guests? Like on the panel?
Welcome to the loser panel, everyone.
Zachary,
Brought
thank you
to
for the
by
$10 for tell the
Parker.
incel to cope. Yeah, he is coping. He knows that he's an incel every single time he looks into the mirror.
Welcome to the loser panel.
Is that what you tell yourself every single day when you look in the mirror?
Yep.
Are you making fun of yourself right now? You're uneducated, you're confused, you're misinformed, you've been propagandized by the Trump administration, you've got TDS, Trump devotion syndrome, you support Donald Trump for no reason. Tell me, what's his biggest accomplishment?
Pissing off you libtards.
Okay, so you're just going to use a slur to get kicked. Okay. Alrighty, let's just go on to the next person. That guy was a waste. Let's go to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. And that guy was such a loser. He was so angry for no reason. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
I am 22.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
I would have rather voted for Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
So I support Trump because I think that his immigration laws are very strong. I also think that his abortion laws are very neat. He really, I don't know how to say it. He represents like a whole community here that represents not killing one another, and he also doesn't really support.
Really? So
the
would you
wars that are going
support
on.
Trump if he called for the execution of some of his political opponents because they said to follow the law and to not follow an unlawful order? If you're given it.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, would you ever support Trump if he called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow an unlawful order if you're given it?
So no, I wouldn't support that. I would
So
say
Trump
that
did
there
do
are
that. Given that
certain-
he did do that, would you stop supporting him?
Right. Right, and I would certainly say that there are definitely some things that I wouldn't support that he has said. However, I could probably say that about a lot of Democrats that you could probably support, right?
Could you give me an example?
Well, take a lot of like things that are taken out of context for like Biden.
No,
You
name
can
me a
take a lot of
single
things out
time that
for
a
a context
Democratic
for
candidate.
Trump.
Name me a single Democratic candidate for president that called for the execution of some Republicans.
I mean, I couldn't give you that. I couldn't
Yeah,
give you
that's what I
that
thought.
exact example.
Yeah,
but could I give you
but
an
you just said that
outlandish
existed.
example of a Democratic?
But you just said that existed, sir.
No. I didn't say that specific.
Yeah, you
thing
did.
existed.
You said
No,
you
no,
could
no,
show
no,
me a
no.
bunch of Democrats that are like that.
Like that. I didn't
Yeah,
say.
which means that they have that
So
quality.
what
Genius.
are you pushing here? What is your agenda?
That Trump is the worst candidate for president.
Okay, so now what I'm asking you before you cut me off again is
That was just for fun, honestly. You can unmute. That was just for fun.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
What was for fun? I'm sorry.
Me muting you because you said don't cut me off, so I muted you. I thought it was fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, so what I was saying anyway, in terms of what you were saying, give me examples, and I was giving you saying like, oh yeah, there are things like that. I was saying like that. It doesn't mean it has to necessarily be in the same constant standards, but I'm saying
So Trump
that
is still worse.
No, I'm not saying that either. I never said that.
So,
I
so
think
you're
you're just-
pro-life, but you're totally okay with him calling for the execution of his political opponents?
I never said I was pro-life either.
You're not pro-life.
I said I agree with his stance on abortion.
Which
I
means
also
you're
think
pro-life.
that there are better ways to reform it. I also think that
Are you pro-life?
the Democratic way of viewing it and the liberal way of viewing it is that like, oh, we can be open-minded about shit like this.
Okay, are you
But-
pro-life?
Oh, sorry. Am I pro-life? Yes, I am. My girlfriend had a beautiful baby over here, and she is now 3 months old. And if we would have aborted her, she wouldn't be living her current life right now.
Can I ask you a question?
We were really struggling at the time. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if your girlfriend wanted to get an abortion and you didn't want her to get an abortion, do you think she should be legally forced to go through that pregnancy?
I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah.
Simply just because of the fact that you don't want her, or you don't want her to get the abortion, and you want her to go through the pregnancy.
Well, I think if
you think
it's more
that
so
the
the fact
boyfriend
that
should
me
be
and
able
her
to
talked
determine
about it.
what the girlfriend does with her body?
Okay, so say me and my girlfriend talked about it, right? Say my girlfriend didn't want it, I wanted the baby. Is that not mine and her baby?
But it's not your choice because it's not your body.
But why is that?
It's also
Isn't
not
the
a
body
baby
inside
because
of the-
it's
isn't
literally
the
an
body
embryo.
inside of the-
Embryos are
isn't the
not
body
babies.
Inside of the woman also mine though?
Yeah, so just because it's partially your offspring does not mean it's your body. It's her body that has to carry it. You're not the one carrying it.
Okay, but does that not mean it's also not a part of me?
No, it's not a part of you. It's not in your body.
It wasn't it?
No.
Doesn't life begin at conception?
Yeah, cellular life, but not the valuable life. Valuable life happens around 20 through 24 weeks in the womb.
How can you
with sentient
decipher
life.
cellular life between valuable life? Like, what's the
Yeah,
difference
do you
between
think
life?
it's
Life-
do you think
if
it's
life is
murder?
life,
Sir,
if
do
you
you
could
think
look
it's
at a plant,
do you
if you-
think it's murder to pull the plug on an individual in your family that is brain dead?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
you think
They've
all
done
the
it plenty
people in
of
the
times.
chat who have done that are
They did it on
murderers?
my Aunt Angie.
So
they
you
pulled
think
the
all
plug
the
on
people in
her,
the chat who
so
have
they're-
pulled the plug on an individual in their family that is brain dead, they should go to prison?
Yeah.
Type
'Cause they're
of
not
type of
actually dead,
three.
their heart's
If
beating,
you have
isn't it?
ever had to pull the plug on an individual in your family that is brain dead, because under this guy's view, you should be arrested and put in jail for murder.
Yeah. Why do you think not?
Yeah, because I don't think that they have personhood anymore, and I think that they're medically dead.
Medically dead? Why?
Wait,
Okay.
Savvy just said. Wait, hold up. Pause. There's someone in the comment section. Their name is Savvy. They said they have pulled it on many patients. Do you think they are a serial murderer?
I think in an instance, yeah. If you're making
You think
these
that they're a
decisions-
serial killer?
Yeah.
You think Nurse Susan? You think Nurse Susan, simply because she's a nurse and she's pulled the plug on multiple patients, you think she's a serial killer?
Yeah.
This guy's insane, bro. This guy thinks that basically every nurse is a serial killer.
Can you tell me why you don't think she is?
Yeah, because I don't think that brain dead individuals are people. I think they are medically dead as defined by the law.
So you don't think that people are people just because they're brain dead?
They're not people. They're brain dead. They're dead. They're medically dead.
They're not people. They're not people.
It's a dead person.
But they're not people, right?
Because they're dead.
Right, but weren't they once people? And
once.
If they're not people anymore,
that means they're dead. Yeah.
Anymore, how are they not people? How are they not living, breathing?
Because they're dead.
So.
What?
How? Okay, wait. First of all,
wait. When someone dies, pause. When someone dies, does that mean their personhood is gone?
No, that means they stopped breathing.
When someone dies, their personhood is gone. That person is dead.
No, when someone dies, their breathing.
Wait. So when someone becomes brain dead, you would wait. So when someone becomes brain dead, you wouldn't say that person is dead.
Not completely, no. Are they not breathing?
Wait, breathing doesn't make you alive. And also, if you think breathing makes you alive, then an embryo or a fetus that hasn't yet had a breath is not living. So do you think life begins at first breath, genius?
No, I think it begins at conception.
Okay, so obviously you don't think breathing is a necessary component to value.
Well, oxygen has to reach the zygote to honestly create conception before it enters the egg.
To create conception?
Well, oxygen, right?
Can you tell me how the oxygen goes into the zygote prior to implantation?
Well, I mean, I could go into the whole dynamic on how a zygote exists, but
actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's actually do that. Can you tell me where in the human body does conception occur?
Okay, so what does a woman do when she
Where in the human body does conception occur?
All right, so let's say her egg, my swimmers. Let's say that, right? They go in there. Now, they are going to implant into that.
No, where in the human body does conception occur?
The only way that can honestly happen is if oxygen is in the human body. Am I correct or am I wrong? If I was not breathing.
I'm asking you a specific question. Where in the human body does conception occur?
The egg. The ovaries.
No.
The uterus.
No.
Shit.
Try again.
My nut?
No, where in the human body does conception occur?
It's the woman's body, the uterus.
No, try again.
So where would it occur to you?
I'll tell you.
Let me ask you that.
Keep guessing. Keep guessing.
No. Can I ask you?
No, keep guessing.
Where is it occurring?
Give me 3 more guesses. If you get all of them wrong, I'll tell you.
Wait. But can I not just ask you? I thought we were holding
3 more guesses.
Not a whole. I thought
3 more guesses, and I'll tell you.
Okay. The toes, the head, and the armpits.
No, I want serious guesses.
Well, where do you again? I'm trying to ask you. We're here for a debate, are we not?
I'm not going to tell you if you don't answer.
What do you want me to say? I don't
want you to give me serious guesses.
I did. I said
no.
Give
me
uterus.
A serious guess.
I did. I said
3
in
of them.
Uterus,
3 more.
The sperm fertilizes the egg.
No, I'm asking you, where in the human body does conception occur?
In the woman's body.
Yeah, where in the woman's body?
In the uterus.
No, try again.
Her cooch? Like, what are you trying to say?
You said her vagina. No, try again.
So, okay. No, I gave you 3.
No, you gave me 1. So I asked you for 3 more. You gave me 1 more.
I said her uterus.
No, you said her vagina, and that's it. So name me 1 more.
I said
name
her
2
uterus
more.
and her vagina.
Name 2 more.
I said both of those.
Uterus was the one you already said, so try again.
So, but that makes it 2.
So try again. No, that was one you already said. I asked you for 3 more.
and I can't give you that. So can I
So you
ask?
can't. You
'Cause
you
we're
can't
hav-
even
We're
name.
having a debate.
So name 3 body parts that it could possibly be. Do you not know?
Ovaries, uterus.
You already said that. You already said those 2. Try again.
The anus.
You think that conception occurs in the anus?
Yeah, I mean at this point, because you're not telling me.
No,
you're not
give me.
giving me a debate. You're giving
No,
me.
I just.
you're
I
giving
come
me
on.
a lecture.
Come on. I want to see if you can guess.
No, but I'm asking you for a debate, and you're giving
Okay,
me a lecture.
it's the fallopian tube.
Oh, the fallopian tube. You know, you're where miscarriages can honestly happen. Yeah, okay. If you, okay, I didn't know you were going that deep into it. My bad. Sorry.
Okay. Can you? How many holes do women typically have below the waist?
Well, from my girlfriend's experience, 3 at least. One from the pee hole.
What are they?
One in the entrance and one up the other exit.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm surprised you knew that aspect of anatomy. How many continents are there, sir?
How many consonants?
Yes. Without swiping out of the app to try to look it up, how many continents are there? You're out of the stream. I currently cannot hear you. You're searching it up.
I'm actually not. My low battery came on.
How many
But
continents?
also I said not enough.
How many continents are there? You don't know?
Wait, what?
So he's completely lost
Wait,
currently.
hold on.
Why do you need a second to like try to connect the second brain cell to Bluetooth?
No. Hold on. Just like seriously, give me 1 second here. I'm trying to listen to something.
One.
Like I'm being so dead ass. Hold on 1 second.
One.
All right, I gotta go.
You're gonna run away?
Well, I can.
Okay. Later,
Okay.
bud.
No, yeah, that's cool. All right, thank you.
Get cooked.
Yep. No, yep. Bye.
Alrighty, let's go on to the next person. Isabel, thank you very much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's another good point to bring up. Susan, thank you very much for the $20. Thank you very much. They're so crazy, aren't they? Carlos, thank you for the $1. Thank you very much. Yeah, I bet he thought the fucking earth was flat. I bet. Jessica, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you. Isn't it absurd? Skibbity, thank you very much for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much. Let's get this next individual up here. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Let's go on to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, how old are you? How old are you?
23.
Do you support Trump?
No.
Okay. Hey, everybody, we have about one more debate left on the stream. One more debate. Actually, only like 12 more minutes. Just letting everyone know. And then I'm going to hop off. We only are doing 2 hours for today. So if you like my content, follow me if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. It's absolutely free to do so. If you're on YouTube, I would really appreciate if you hit that thumbs up, everyone. I would really, really, really appreciate it. Sorry for the shorter stream today. I was hanging out with friends today, so I started it a lot later. Tomorrow I should be on later in the day, and then on Thursday I should be on earlier, everyone. Just letting everyone know. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
And what's your birth year?
2008.
Okay, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Definitely Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Basically, I have a question for you.
What state do you live in?
Colorado, actually.
What time is it?
It is currently,
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I am 19.
Let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates as always. Alrighty. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, it's Tracy.
This is the backup account?
Alrighty, for sure. We can continue our conversation.
Okay, let me get the camera on. So, all right, really quick. I know you're ending soon. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use. Let me take my glasses off. The correct terms. Okay, so if your computer's in front of you, look up Andrew and Crystal Wilson arrest in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Okay. I'll make sure to look that up.
You'll see the booking photo. I did DM you the case number. There's multiple cases there, but the
Okay.
one that I'm talking about that has can I say FELONY?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay,
I can take a look into that later. That's not something I'd be able to verify on the spot. So
Okay, yeah, that's just what I just wanted.
let's
I
just
said it
go
to your
back to like
DM.
why you support Trump, and I can verify that myself.
Well, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I just wanted to give you that information. You can let somebody else hop on that wants to debate, but check your DMs. I sent you the case number and where to find it on Judici. He is still married to his first wife. He is not married to Rachel.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure to take a look into and all of that. Frankly, to be honest myself, I don't like Andrew Wilson already, so it might inform my position on him to not like him even more, but I already don't like him. And already hate him, so it would just cause me to hate him more if I looked into that. So I'll take a look into that one later. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Yo, what's up, how old are you? How old are you? Jordan, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mrs. Stream, can't wait for the VOD. I love Late Night Parker. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Of course. And tomorrow I should be on later in the day. I will be on earlier on Thursday. Now, I might have some more later streams. It kind of just depends on like the schedule for my girlfriend, because she does have classes that are later on. So let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Hey, are you obsessed much?
What do you mean? Come on, everyone spams in your comment section.
Why are you
Parker.
spamming in the comment section because of me saying I hate Andrew Wilson?
Because you don't know why you hate him. You just say stuff like this. Tell me what Andrew Wilson has said or done that's so atrocious.
I do know why I hate him.
Tell me what he said or done why you so atrociously hate him.
Yeah, I think he's a bad faith loser that specifically tries to demean women constantly all the time, specifically by engaging in bad faith debate tactics. One good specific example would be him trying to make fun of my friend Naima for not being able to open up an olive jar because she's a woman. That was the argument he was making. He was making, oh, haha, funny, she can't open up this olive jar because she's a woman. And then he couldn't open up the olive jar himself. So it was really funny that it was like irony, but it demonstrates that he's a horrible misogynistic loser that is trying to demean women to try to make himself feel empowered because of his insecure sense of a lack of self-confidence. Oh, he just left. He was pretty stunned when he found out that I actually had a reason why I disliked Andrew Wilson, that he just had to leave instead of engage with the fact that I just brought up on the stream. That was pretty embarrassing on behalf of him. Absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. Look, he just ran away immediately. He bolted real quick. Oh, wait, he's back.
Parker, I did not leave, bro.
Sorry, I thought you left. Okay, do you want to respond to what I just said?
You kicked me.
I didn't kick you.
Now I can't even see your...
Because I didn't even add you back up. It was a TikTok glitch. It happened to be a TikTok glitch. It made me think that you left the stream, but it happened to just like glitch you out.
By the way, I don't think you can really fairly say that offhanded or even off-color jokes make somebody misogynistic. Like, how do you know that, like
you don't think him specifically making fun of Naima for not being able to open up an olive jar because she's a woman is misogynistic?
Do you think everyone that's made a similar joke or is misogynistic?
Do you think that's not misogynistic?
No, I don't think that's a good example of him being misogynistic.
I think that's a very good example of him being misogynistic. That's quite literally him laughing at a woman for not being able to meet a specific stereotype that he is associating negatively with women.
I think that's also kind of a character he plays sometimes, you know? Obviously, have you actually watched him debate before?
So he was playing a misogynistic character in a serious debate?
Have you watched him actually debate before or just clips?
I'm giving an example of a debate that I watched.
No, that's fine. So, what is the content of what he said in this debate that you disagree with, other than him like making some comment about her in a pickle jar?
I mean, I can go more into the depths of like how he was disputing the basis for feminism, his arguments on abortion, and Christian nationalism. I mean, we can go into the specific arguments, but I think that's a deflection away from the fact that he's a misogynistic loser here.
Well, no, I'm trying to actually get you to see again. I guess if your position is anyone that's ever made a joke, about women makes them sexist. Like, I guess
No, I'm
you
not
can.
saying a joke about a specific woman makes you sexist. Like, for example, I could make a joke specifically about how, for example, Natalie Harp is getting a little bit too close to Donald Trump, and that doesn't make me sexist for acknowledging that, right?
Okay, I'm
But
just saying.
it
Okay,
would specifically be sexist in this instance because he's trying to make fun of a woman, specifically for not being able to open up an olive jar, which is a negative stereotype he associates with women, to be demonstrative of the fact that he thinks that women are quote unquote weaker, to reinforce this idea that they need to be quote unquote controlled, right? Because he actually doesn't believe in the women's right to vote. He believes
let's
it should be up
unpack
to the
this
household.
because women are biologically weaker. I mean, I know you offhand, were saying that, but like, you're
But the
saying that
idea
as
of
the
addressing that specifically was meant to invoke an idea that women are somehow subservient to men.
no, again, we can go through this. I mean, feminism, in the feminism he's talking about, the feminism that doesn't think that we rely on men, actually does rely on men every single
Are
day
you
for
a
their
feminist?
protection. I'm not a feminist in the sense of what I see it to be nowadays, which is a
Okay.
lot of anti-men
So
rhetoric.
can I tell you what feminism is?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it is liberation of women or people from the patriarchy, and people from the patriarchy, right? Alongside equality between men and women.
So that's interesting. Do you think dismantling the patriarchy is a core value or view of feminism?
Yes.
Interesting. How can you dismantle the very thing that protects you? Or why would you want to do that?
I think that patriarchy doesn't protect women. I think that it harms and disenfranchises women and men.
Okay, so I guess we may have to define the patriarchy, because a system that's put in place that protects all people, including women, definitely, is part of the patriarchy.
Wait, say that one more time. Sorry.
The system that is put in place that protects all people, men and women, which obviously women are a part
How
of that
does the
group.
patriarchy protect women?
I mean, I guess this is what I'm talking about. I guess we have to define the patriarchy. Are we just talking about a system that is mostly governed and ran by men? Is that because it's men? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at the exclusion of women.
Well, in what way? Women are in every single, job probably thinkable. It doesn't exclude women just because women do certain things less.
There is social exclusion of women, especially like the idea that like a woman couldn't be president in of itself is a mechanism of social exclusion of women from these positions of power. Men predominantly hold these positions disproportionately. Okay, they make up less than 50% of society, but make up over 70% of those in Congress.
Okay, so you're saying that the fact that a woman has not become president yet means they're excluded from it?
It's an example of the exclusion, a social exclusion of women from positions of power, not because of the lack of qualifications, but rather because of social exclusion through the context of the existence of the patriarchy, because patriarchy doesn't exist just through a legal context, but also through a social context, and it's also passed down through social behavior, culture, and society, right? Like those are all things that disenfranchise women. So again, patriarchy disenfranchises women, right, is not protecting or benefiting women. The idea that patriarchy protects or benefits women is absurd and laughable in the event of the fact that we see that women are clearly disenfranchised by the patriarchy.
First of all, women, okay, maybe the president, actually, no, even in this situation, women choose to do jobs differently than men. And you can say that, like, you can make these arguments, but women are not applying, to be president nearly as much as men are. So they're choosing to do this less. And we can look at lots of different fields that women
and that can be due to social influences in society that prevent women from being able to think that it's even a reliable idea for them to even run for president in the first place, let alone the fact that there were plenty of other candidates that are women that just weren't voted for. For example, Nikki Haley versus Trump. Nikki Haley wasn't voted for over Trump.
And you're going to say somehow this is a negative on the patriarchy? Like, if it is the case that,
can you name a single nominee of the Republican Party that wasn't a white man?
No, I don't think I can. However, like you're looking at something as a fact, and you're trying to attribute why it's a fact. How do you know that it's just because that's not the vast majority of people that are running for the thing?
Because the fact that there are candidates that are women and people of color that were Republicans that just aren't voted for.
So you're saying that just
people
because
literally
this thing
wouldn't vote
exists
for
means they
Vivek
need
because
to
they're racist.
Okay, again, you're attributing the reason as to why someone doesn't vote for because of a certain thing. Like you can't
Those
just
were the
say
reasons. In the
if
Republican
there's
Party, they
10,
are very racist and misogynistic.
that's fine, but if there's 10 people applying for a job at any firm and 9 of them are white and 1 is black, just because the black guy's not chosen doesn't inherit racism or it doesn't signal racism. And you're making a similar
Yeah,
argument.
but there was a lot of racism and misogyny in the idea that people wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump.
Well, no, I'm not saying that there's not racist people and stuff, but again, if we're gonna bring this back to feminism, and you're talking about the patriarchy. Yeah, the police force is like the vast majority is made up of men, and they protect everybody, including women. So, are you gonna say that the police are not part of some patriarchal society, and if so, are they not protecting us?
Yeah, so when we're talking about protection, you're also talking from a net basis.
Okay,
Right?
can you explain what you mean?
Yeah, like
just
for example, if someone kidnaps another person and is like has them on the verge of death, but gives them food to keep them alive, they're protecting them from starvation, but they're clearly putting them in harm's way. Would we say overall they're protecting them, or do we say overall they're not protecting them because they kidnapped them?
wait, are we using just a different example? Or are you talking about the police?
Yeah, I'm asking you specifically. If we were to talk about a specific person that kidnapped another individual and protects them from dying from starvation, but clearly isn't protecting them because they harm them or torture them, would you think specifically that that person is being protected by the person who kidnapped them?
No, of course not. Can you
But within
extrapolate?
that one specific quality, they are protecting them from starvation. So the
No, that's
idea that they
fine.
are so the idea that women are protected by police in some specific instances is not evidence that broadly the patriarchy does not protect women.
Can you you're gonna
Does
and
that
the
make
point
sense? Like, is that
no,
clear?
no, no, I'm definitely tracking what you're saying. I'm taking dispute with the fact that you think there's so many other ways the patriarchy harms women, and I'm trying to refute that and say that in specifically in the examples you've already brought up, men are choosing to do these jobs much more often than women. Just because women are not chosen at certain times does not signal patriarchy bad in my mind.
You,
So I'm
you
trying
mean
to like,
specifically positions of power, right?
okay, we just yes.
You don't think that there's any patriarchal or misogynistic influences that prevent women from being in positions of power?
First of all, women are in positions of power.
I'm asking,
maybe
are there any of these social influences, misogynistic forces that prevent women from getting into positions of power? Yes or no?
I wouldn't be able to demonstrate it, and I don't think you could either. For example, yes,
Wait,
Hillary
yes or
Clinton.
no?
Are there
The
misogyny?
answer is clearly yes. Okay, clearly there are misogynistic and patriarchal forces that prevent women from being able to get in positions of power within our society. We have not created a completely egalitarian society where there's equality amongst men and women in getting into positions of power. That's simply false. Okay,
well, here's
you
the-
know
do
that's
women have-
false. You're just not willing to acknowledge it.
No,
Okay,
no,
let's just be
I-
very
I-
clear. Do you agree that that's not in protection of women?
I can say yes, there's misogyny at probably every level in the world, just like there's everything else, but that is not the reason why women hasn't become president yet.
Wait, but it's
Like,
an
hold on.
element or one of the aspects, not the sole factor, but one of the factors.
But do
But
you
that
think
isn't a
that women-
factor for men.
Do you think that women have to
Misandry against men has
achieve-
never prevented a man from getting into a position of power.
Do women have to achieve every single thing that a man has done for this to be like some sort of perfectly balanced like what are you saying though? What's the conclusion
I
of
think
what
it's
you
fundamental to have both men and women in positions of power for
We
there
do.
to be an abolishment of the patriarchy.
We do have men and women in positions of
Not
power.
not
If you're only
not proportionally in response to the rest of society, not
Yes, but women do
representative
not
of the rest of
proportionally-
society.
Women do not proportionally sign up for these jobs.
Wait, and
equal
that
to
can be
the
due
rest.
to patriarchal forces as well, which I would argue is true.
But you can demonstrate that, and I can also demonstrate,
I
you
did
know,
already
how.
demonstrate that.
Okay, so are we only? First of all, are we only talking about positions of power, or do you want to talk about just other?
No,
'cause
I've already talked about how broadly in society that women are disenfranchised by the patriarchy and by our patriarchal systems. Let's just be very clear here. You're arguing against the existence of feminism, right?
Well, wait. No,
You
feminism.
think that you think that you shouldn't be feminist.
Well, you defined feminist in a certain way, and you brought that as some sort of
In the way that
dismantling-
I define feminism, are you a feminist?
In the way that you defined it, I am not, because you're talking about dismantling patriarchy.
So you don't want to dismantle the patriarchy.
No, I think the patriarchy is beneficial to everybody. Just because there are certain ways.
Why?
And it's not,
Why
by
is
the way, it's not-
why is the patriarchy the best form of running society?
Okay, so first of all, are we talking about the alternative being a matriarchy, or are you saying there's a different way that we should do it?
Egalitarianism.
Okay, meaning what? Like exactly balanced,
Equality
like down
between
the-
men and women.
think there is equality between men and women? Can you name things that women cannot do that only men can?
Yeah, have autonomy over their body.
Okay, if you want to talk abortion, we can, but I don't think that's what you want to talk about.
Yeah, that's
Really.
an example.
Again, and that's not that's not a good example because it's not
That
just
is
your
a very
body.
good example.
There's another body inside of your body. That's not a good example.
That is a great example because embryos aren't people.
Well, hold on. Wouldn't you say that it's unfair that men can't get pregnant then, using your silly logic?
Well, I mean, I do think that some men can get pregnant. They're trans
Yeah,
men
so
are men and they can get pregnant.
trans women. Okay, I mean, I like the fact that we're all over the board. You know, at least it makes it interesting. Trans men are women. You know, trans
No,
women are
trans
men.
men are men and trans women are women.
Okay, well, by the way, you were talking. You asked me
I'm
another.
sorry that facts hurt your feelings, but the way that we define the term definitely indicates that trans women are women and trans men are men. By you equivocating with your definition of the term, that doesn't respond to my logically coherent usage of the term. So cope and seed, loser.
Okay, Parker. Somebody else asked you earlier.
I have
what
to
your-
get off. Any last words?
Yeah, your weakest point of debate is trans people, and you hardly ever debate them for this reason.
I just debated it on the stream, genius. Would you like to respond?
You gave me a definition, which is just a silly
You
definition.
said it's my weakest argument, and then
It
I don't
is,
argue it.
because you're gonna define a woman that
Didn't I
somebody-
argue it against Charlie Kirk? Don't I argue it on my stream like every single day? Isn't it one of the main things that people bring up on the stream? And I defend trans people in every single fucking situation. So if you want to sit up there and say I don't defend trans people, you know that you're lying because you say it's my worst topic and you try to brand my positions and liberals as just holding to that topic. So cope and seed, weirdo.
But all you say is there's very few of them in sports. That's like you don't like to talk about.
Is that not true?
It doesn't make the case that it's not a topic that should be talked about.
It is. It is because of the fact that it's a non-issue and that you can't mention it. Can you mention one person that was dominating women's sports that was prevented from playing in women's sports because of Trump's executive order?
No, I'm not educated on
That's
the-
what I
the people.
thought because there is no example.
Can I ask you something? Why was Enes Kanter not allowed to play in the WNBA? He identified as a
Because
woman.
everyone knows that he's lying.
Lying? How are we going to
Yeah,
know?
everyone
who's-
knows that he's lying, and he wasn't on multiple years of HRT, and he doesn't meet the conditions specifically outlined by the WNBA to be a member of the WNBA.
I thought you just have to be a woman.
You have to understand that like HRT is the consideration. It was the hormone levels, and also he's not a woman.
A woman in your mind, and I've heard you define it before, is someone that meets the the characteristics in
Is
accordance
committed
with
towards the social and cultural norms typically associate the female sex as a prescription of their gender identity. And his Cantor does not meet that definition. We can clearly tell he's lying and just trying to prove a point.
I mean, you would have to like follow somebody's life.
I'm sorry. Are you like genuinely dumb enough to believe that he's actually not just trying to prove a point? Because I think that's incredibly dishonest and bad faith of you, meant to specifically try to make the point that you're clearly failing at making.
Well, no, obviously, I don't think he's a woman.
Okay, that's what I thought. Later, bud. All right, I'm going to get off, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming through to the stream. If you like my content, follow me if you haven't already. I go live literally every single day. Make sure to follow me if you haven't already if you like my content. Make sure to just support me either through Venmo, PayPal, or YouTube Super Chat, or you can watch my streams on YouTube, full VOD on YouTube for the 2 hours we were on stream today. And also check out some of the videos I posted today. Have a fantastic rest of your night, everyone, and I'll see everyone tomorrow.